No, the one
That's the booking number that will come up.
the one that he's looking for says Susan.
Yeah. The booking number comes up as Maria for Sarah.
Looking 25, JB Court. Yeah. Yeah, that's her. That's her. Oh, okay. We're looking up. Yeah, that's her. So there shouldn't be a. Here comes the judge. Yeah. All right.
Please be seated.
Yes.
Okay. Good morning. This is the 2 a.m. initial appearance hearing calendar for June 26, 2026. The court's orders for taking of DNA and fingerprints that were given on the first calendar of the month shall apply to all matters on this calendar. As you just heard in the recording, this is a very specific type of hearing. I will tell you why you are here. If an attorney has been appointed for you, when and where your next hearing will be, if you are eligible for release, what your release conditions are, and any bond amount required. I will not read all the release conditions to each of you. That is your responsibility to review, but I may point out a few depending on your case. If you are eligible for release, there are 4 standard release conditions. They are: do not have contact with the arresting officer, do not have drugs without a valid prescription, do not drive without a valid license, and do keep the court updated with your address. You are all here today on criminal matters, which means you have the right to remain silent. Anything you say or do may be held against you. This hearing is being recorded. It is also being broadcast live. I will only ask you for your name and your date of birth. There may be victims watching the live stream, so I will read the victim rights advisement and then we'll begin with your hearing. If you are the victim of a crime with a case pending before this court, you are advised that you have rights under Arizona law, that among others include the right to be treated with fairness, respect, and dignity, to a speedy trial, to be present at court proceedings, to choose whether or not to be interviewed by the defendant or defendant's attorney, to be heard before the court makes a decision on release, negotiation of a plea, scheduling and sentencing, and to receive restitution from a person who is convicted of causing you loss. If you have not already been provided a written statement of all victims' rights, please contact the Victim Services Division of the Prosecutor's Office. We'll now begin with your hearings, and I'll call you in one at a time. When it is your turn, please come stand at the podium in the center of the room and speak into the microphone. I will call a second person's name to have a seat in those chairs right there by the door so that we can move quickly. Please listen for your name. Please do not enter the hearing room unless you have been called. I may need to pause the hearing from time to time to handle a warrant. So while you are sitting in that chair next to the door getting ready to come in, go ahead and make yourself ready to be on camera. If you need to take off your hat or take your arms out of your jacket or your shirt, that would be a good time to do that so that when you walk in, you're ready to be on camera. At the end of your hearing, you are going to receive paperwork, and this will have all the information I'm about to share with you: the date, time, location of your next hearing, your attorney's phone number, those release conditions that you need to follow. Make sure you keep your paperwork. It's important for you to have. We will begin this morning with Mr. Seth Crane. Seth Crane, please come to the podium. And then after that will be Ms. Susan Sandoval. Please have a seat right there by the door. Please say your name and date of birth, sir.
Seth Crane, 3/24/1988.
Thank you, sir. You're here today on two matters. The first one's a new case. It's alleged you had dangerous drugs in your possession for sale, which is a Class 2 felony. Also, drug paraphernalia as a Class 6 felony, and then not giving your true name as a misdemeanor. This court did find probable cause, appointed an attorney for you, and your next hearing will be downtown Phoenix on July 2nd at 8:30 in the morning. This new case carries a $5,000 bond, and then you have regular release conditions you'd normally have being on standard probation. Your other matter here, though, today, sir, is your probation failure to appear warrant. So you didn't go to your hearing back in April. You have an attorney already in that case. Your next hearing is July 1st at 8:30 in the morning. Under the Arizona Criminal Rule 7.2C, you are likely to receive a period of incarceration in that case, so you're not eligible for release today, sir. So you'll see on your paperwork, there is a bond amount on that one case, but don't pay it because you're not going to be released. All right, please take your paperwork, sir. Thank you. Susan Sandoval, please come to the podium. And then Jimmy Alston, have a seat by the door, please. Please say your name and date of birth.
Susan Sandoval, December 25th, 1979.
Thank you, ma'am. You are here today on an out-of-county warrant, and it is alleged that Yavapai County wants you back on a probation violation warrant. So there will be an attorney appointed for you at the Yavapai County Superior Court July 1st, 8:30 in the morning. And you'll see on your paperwork, it says Maricopa County Public Defender. That is not correct. They will give you the right information when you go there. Your bond is set at $25,000. If you're able to post it, make sure you take yourself out there on July 1st, or they will issue another warrant for your arrest. If you're not able to post it, you'll stay in custody and be transported down there by the sheriff.
Okay.
All right, please take your paperwork, ma'am. Thank you. Jimmy Alston, please come to the podium, and then Lily Barron, have a seat by the door, please.
Figure who?
Please say your name and date of birth.
Jimmy Olsen, 09/21/98.
Thank you, sir. You're here on a new case alleging 2 counts of shoplifting with an artifice.
I was.
Stop. Hold on. I'm going to give you the information, and then you'll have a chance to speak. Thank you, sir. You're here on the allegation of 2 counts. Shoplifting with an artifice is a Class 4 felony. I've appointed an attorney for you. Your next hearing is July 2nd, 8:30 in the morning. I have set bond for you at $2,500 with release conditions. You had a question, sir.
I wasn't even on probation.
This is not a probation warrant. This is a new case. That information will all be on your paperwork, including your attorney's phone number. If you have questions about these allegations, they can give you more information. Please take your paperwork, sir. Lily Barron, please come to the podium. Cecilia Benally, have a seat by the door, please. Please say your name and date of birth.
Lily Barron, 8/23/88.
Thank you, ma'am. You're here today on 3 matters. The first one is a new case. It was alleged in the new case that you may have had narcotic drugs in your possession as a Class 4 felony, drug paraphernalia, Class 6 felony, and then not giving your true name as a misdemeanor. This court did find probable cause and appointed an attorney for you. Your next hearing in your new case is downtown Phoenix on July 2nd at 8:30 in the morning. On your new case, I've set a $50 placeholder bond because you have 2 other warrants that I'm concerned you might still be in custody, and I don't want you to get a failure to appear. So your other matters, ma'am, are probation violation warrants, and they are alleging that you violated terms 3 and 5, and that your whereabouts have been unknown since July of 2024. So an attorney has been appointed for you in both those cases, and your next probation hearing is July 1st at 8:30 in the morning downtown Phoenix. On these, you did have bond. It looks like they were each $500, so you now have a $1,050 secured appearance bond total for all of it. If you're able to post that, call your probation officer and go to your 2 hearings on the 1st and the 2nd of July.
Okay.
If you're not able to post your bond, you'll stay in custody. You'll be transported to your hearings.
Thank you.
Please take your paperwork. Thank you, ma'am. Felicia Benali, please come to the podium. Michael Ibarra, have a seat by the door, please. And I apologize, I'm sure I've said your name wrong. Please say your name and date of birth.
Celestia Pinoli, 9406.
Thank you, ma'am. You're here today because of a probation violation warrant. It's alleged that you violated terms 3, 4, 5, and 15. So an attorney has been appointed for you and your next hearing is downtown Phoenix. It's on July 1st, 8:30 in the morning. You have a $1,000 secured appearance bond. If you're able to post that, you have the same terms and conditions as your standard probation, so call your PO and go to your hearing. If you cannot post it, you'll stay in custody and be transported over to your hearing. Please take your paperwork, Manny.
Okay.
Thank you. Michael Ibarra, please come to the podium. Barbara Charging, have a seat by the door, please. Oh, sir, you're on camera. You'll want to take your arms. You're being recorded. Thank you, sir. Please say your name and date of birth.
Michael Dwayne Ibarra, 4/19/71.
Thank you, sir. You are here today because of a justice court warrant alleging drug paraphernalia. Looks like this is your second time through the IA court. November of last year was when you came through before and they OR'd you, and you promised that you would go to your hearing and take care of this warrant, but you did not. So you now have an attorney appointed for your next hearing at the Santan Justice Court on July 1st, 8:30 in the morning. Your bond is set at $680. If you're able to post your bond, then you won't have the attorney. You can hire one or represent yourself. If you cannot post your bond, you will stay in custody and be transported out to Santan Justice Court. Please take your paperwork, sir. Barbara Charging, please come to the podium, and then Timothy Bierstedt, have a seat by the door, please. Oh, you'll want to take your arms out. You're being recorded. Thank you, ma'am. Please say your name and date of birth.
Barbara Charging, 12/12/91.
Thank you, ma'am. You are here today on a probation violation warrant alleging terms 3 and 5, and that your whereabouts have been unknown since last December. So an attorney has been appointed for you, and your next hearing is July 1st, 8:30 in the morning, downtown Phoenix, and you have a $500 bond. If you can post that bond, follow your terms of probation, call your probation officer, go to your hearing. If you cannot post the bond, you'll stay in custody and be transported to your hearing. Please take your paperwork, ma'am. Thank you. Timothy Bierstedt, please come to the podium. Nicholas Valdepina, have a seat by the door, please. Please say your name and date of birth.
Timothy Bierstead, June 6, 1990.
Thank you, sir. You're here on a probation violation warrant alleging terms 3 and 5. Your whereabouts have been unknown since March. So an attorney has been appointed for you, and your next hearing date is July 1st, 8:30 in the morning, downtown Phoenix. You have a $500 bond and the regular release conditions for someone on standard probation. So call your probation officer if you post bond and go to your hearing. Otherwise, you'll stay in custody. Please take your paperwork, sir. Thank you. Nicholas Valdepina, please come to the podium. Aaron Kitson, have a seat by the door, please. Okay, and Mr. Valdepina, he's standing, sitting right there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Come on.
Please say your name and date of birth.
Nicholas Valdepina, 5/22/99.
Thank you, sir. You're here today because you failed to go to your probation hearing.
Yeah, I
So you have an attorney in your case. Your next hearing date is July 1st, 8:30 in the morning, downtown Phoenix. You now have a warrant that has a bond of $500. If you're able to post it, call your probation officer, go to your hearing. If you're not, you'll stay in custody and be transported to your hearing. All right, please take your paperwork, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you. Aaron Kitson, please come to the podium. And then after that will be Mario Amador Chavez. Have a seat by the door, please. Please say your name and date of birth.
Aaron Kitson, 1889.
Thank you, sir. You're here because of a probation violation warrant. It's alleged you violated terms 3, 5, and 15, and your whereabouts have been unknown since June of last year. So an attorney has been appointed for you, and your next hearing is July 1st, 8:30 in the morning, downtown Phoenix. You have a $250 bond and the regular terms and conditions for standard probation. So call your probation officer if you post bond and go to your hearing. If you can't post bond, you'll stay in custody and be transported over. Please take your paperwork, sir. Thank you. Mario Amador Chavez, please come to the podium. Arian Johnson, have a seat by the door, please.
Hey,
Please say your name and date of birth.
Maricopa Amador, January 4, 1965.
Thank you, sir. You're here today on a justice court warrant. It looks like it's your second failure to appear. You did come through here back in September of 2025 and promised to go get this taken care of, but it's still outstanding. So now you have an attorney appointed in the matter of bond. Bond is set at $150. Your next hearing is at Encanto Justice Court, July 1st at 8:30 in the morning. If you're able to post bond, sir, make sure you go to that next hearing or call Encanto Justice Court and resolve this warrant. Otherwise, anytime you have law enforcement contact, you'll end up back here. All right, please take your paperwork, sir. Let's see, Arian Johnson, please come to the podium, and then Adrian Mesta. Have a seat by the door, please. And I apologize in advance, ma'am. I know I said your name incorrectly. Please say your name and date of birth.
Ariane Johnson, 5/30/98.
Thank you, ma'am. You're here on a probation violation warrant alleging terms 3 and 5. Looks like they have been looking for you since February of 2024. So you have an attorney appointed for you now, and your next hearing is July 1st, 8:30 in the morning. You have a $100 bond. If you're able to post your bond, call your probation officer within 72 hours and go to your next hearing. Otherwise, you will get another warrant for your arrest, and the bond will be more. If you're not able to post your bond, you'll stay in custody and be transported over to your hearing.
Okay.
Please take your paperwork, ma'am. Thank you. Adrian Mesta, please come to the podium. And then Stephen Glidewell, have a seat by the door, please. Please say your name and date of birth.
Adrian Mayestis, 01/27/82.
Thank you, sir. I wonder if we have spelled your name incorrectly. Is it Mestas?
Correct.
Okay, all right, just making sure. So you're here today on a new case. It was alleged that you took contraband into a correctional facility, which is a Class 2 felony, and that you had dangerous drugs in your possession as a Class 4 felony. This court did find probable cause and appointed an attorney for you. Your next hearing will be July 10th at 8:30 in the morning, downtown Phoenix. It looks like in your APETS notes, you have really been trying to cooperate with your probation officer and keeping in good contact with them. And so because of those strong attempts at compliance, you are going to be released under your probation officer's supervision today. So keep in contact with them. Once you are released from here in a few hours, make sure you call them, let them know what happened and about your next court date, and then follow through on these new allegations. Go to your court date.
All right.
All right, you do have a second matter, and it's just because you're on probation. It is a probation violation warrant. It's not a warrant, excuse me. The probation violation is a new alleged term 1 violation, but the same thing, you are going to be released on your supervision with the probation officer. That hearing is sooner though, it's on the 1st of July. So you have a hearing on the 1st and then you have a hearing on the 10th. So you have to go to both hearings, your probation hearing and then your new case.
I mean, the one on the first was for Mesa, right?
No, this one on the 1st is downtown Phoenix. It's a probation hearing. If you have another hearing in Mesa for anything else, let your probation officer know and have them help you to work through where you need to go.
The reason why they wouldn't pull me over the first time was because they wouldn't said that I had a warrant out in Mesa.
Oh.
And that was totally bogus. I was like, I didn't have no warrant.
So I don't know about that, sir, but I do know that because of the new allegations on your new case, it makes it a term 1 violation of probation. So you have a hearing on the 1st.
Okay.
And a hearing on the 10th, both downtown Phoenix.
Okay.
So in a few hours, when you are released, call your probation officer and let them know what's going on. Hold on to that paperwork.
Sure will.
Okay, please take your paperwork. Thank you, sir. Okay. Stephen Glidewell, please come to the podium. Kayla Bowling, have a seat by the door, please. I'll probably do the warrant before the Spanish. Okay. Please say your name and date of birth. Go ahead, sir. Please say your name and your date Do you,
Steve, okay, Steve Glidewell, 4250.
okay. You are here on a new justice court case. Can you hear me now?
Barely. I can hear you better in there.
Yeah, we'll get you a microphone. Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, now it should be working. Can you hear me now? Not yet?
No,
Okay.
I hear it only in this ear, not that ear.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Gee.
Perfect. All right. So, Mr. Glidewell, you are here on a new justice court case. It was alleged that you caused criminal damage, which is a misdemeanor. Based on the law enforcement report, this court did find probable cause and has appointed an attorney for you. Your next hearing is at the North Valley Justice Court on July 14th. You are going to be released on your promise to follow the release conditions and go to your hearing. Your release conditions include that you may reside with the alleged victim if the alleged victim consents. But if they do not consent or they revoke their consent, then you'll need to find an alternative place to reside. You will have what's called a civil standby. It's written in at the bottom of your order. If that's the case, if you're not welcome home, you can call law enforcement and be escorted to pick up necessary things like medication, identification, or clothing. They won't resolve property disputes, but they'll help you get in and out without running afoul of the law. If an order of protection is issued and served upon you, you must obey that order of protection. So just review your release conditions carefully. There's no bond set for you today. You just have to follow the release conditions and go to your hearing. Okay. Please take your, you have a question?
No, actually, no.
Okay, please take your
Appreciate
paperwork. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Kayla Bowling, please come to the podium. And then Christopher Lara Luevano, have a seat by the door, please.
Stand here.
Please say your name and date of birth.
Kayla Bowling, 9/22/1998.
Thank you, ma'am. You're here on a new case alleging aggravated assault as a Class 3 felony, as well as criminal damage as a misdemeanor. This court did find probable cause and appointed an attorney to assist you. Your next hearing is downtown Phoenix on July 10th at 8:30 in the morning. You are going to be released in a few hours under pretrial services supervision. So what that means is you need to call them and keep in touch with them. They will supervise your release until your hearing on July 10th. You also have the condition that you may reside with the alleged victim if the alleged victim consents. But if they do not consent or they revoke that consent, then you can call law enforcement and have a civil standby where they'll go with you to pick up necessary things like medication, identification, or clothing. They won't resolve property disputes, but they will escort you so you don't run afoul of the law. And then you also must obey any order of protection that might get issued and served upon you. So just review your release conditions very carefully, keep in touch with pretrial services, and then go to your hearing out on July 10th. All right, please take your
May I
paper.
ask one question?
Yes.
With the pretrial people, I don't know, do I call them right after, or how do I stay in touch with
If
them?
you are released, their phone number is on your paperwork.
So I call them every week or
They
something?
will
Or
tell you. the
Okay,
schedule.
I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I
no,
appreciate
it's
it.
okay, but you initiate,
Okay.
you call that number on your paperwork, and then they'll let you know what you need to
Kind of
do.
go from there. Okay, cool. Thank you.
Okay.
I appreciate it so much. Sorry.
Christopher Lara Luevano, please come to the podium. And then Jabari Muthari, have a seat by the door, please. Please say your name and date of birth.
Christopher Brian Lars Lavanos, April 12, 2008.
Thank you, sir. You're here on a new municipal court case alleging assault, disorderly conduct, criminal damage, and another type of assault that caused fear. These are all alleged as misdemeanors. This court did find probable cause and appointed an attorney for you. Your next hearing is at the Goodyear Municipal Court on July 15th at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. You'll see on your paperwork, it says Maricopa Public Defender. This is a programming error. They are not your attorneys. They will give you your attorney's information in Goodyear, okay?
Okay.
So, you are also permitted to return and reside with the alleged victims if they consent. But if they do not consent or they revoke their consent, then you may ask law enforcement to go with you one time, pick up necessary things like clothing, identification, medication. And if an order of protection is issued against you, be sure to comply with that order of protection. All right, please take your paperwork.
All right. Thank you.
Mhm. Jabari Muthari, please come to the podium. And then we'll pause for just a minute. Good morning, sir. Your
Hello.
hearing is a little different.
Yeah, for
Please
sure.
state your name and date of birth.
Jabari Muller, 01-1901.
Thank you, sir. You're here today as a fugitive of justice. The state of Tennessee has issued a warrant for you. Prior to the hearing, you were given a placard to read. Were you able to read that?
Yeah, I've read it.
Okay, then I'm going to present you with your choice now. So you have a choice. You can demand a civil extradition hearing, and if you demand that, I will set it for July 6th at 1:30 in the afternoon. It's a civil hearing, so I can't appoint an attorney for you, but you can hire one or represent yourself. At that hearing, they'll decide if a governor's warrant should be issued for your arrest. And then the governors of Arizona and Tennessee would have up to 90 days to sign that governor's warrant. I cannot set bond for you, though, because Tennessee did indicate this is a parole violation, so it's no bond. So your other choice, sir, is you can waive that hearing. You can be held with no bond for up to 30 days in Maricopa County custody, and Maricopa sheriffs will notify Tennessee that you're ready to be picked up. That 30 days would start tomorrow or at the end of any Arizona cases, but I didn't see that you had any Arizona cases. So they would start tomorrow then. And if they don't come pick you up within that 30 days, you would be released, but that warrant is still outstanding. So you want to work on getting that resolved. All right, what do you want to do, sir?
I was going to ask, what would you prefer?
Oh, I can't make that choice for
Okay,
you.
what was the first one again?
You can demand a hearing, and I would set it for July 6th. You would still be held in custody because your warrant's no bond. Or you can waive the hearing and start the clock on a 30-day no custody for Tennessee to come pick you up.
So July 6th, will I be released?
No, most likely not. You'd be held with no bond while the 90 days ticked away for the governors to sign the warrant.
No, ma'am, I'll do the second choice.
Okay, then I have to ask you some questions. When I ask you each question, clearly say yes or no. Did you read the waiver of extradition paperwork?
Yes,
Do you understand you do not have to sign the paperwork?
yes,
Do you understand you have the right to that civil extradition hearing?
yes,
Do you understand you have a right to hire a lawyer at your own expense?
yes,
Do you understand you have the right to demand that the governors of Texas, Tennessee, and Arizona both sign the warrant before you are returned?
yes, ma'am.
Okay, do you want to give up those rights and sign the paperwork?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, has anyone threatened you or promised you anything to get you to sign the paperwork?
No, ma'am.
Have you had any drugs, alcohol, or medication in the last 24 hours?
No, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. I find that you knowingly, intelligently, and voluntarily are signing the paperwork, and I will also sign it. I will direct the sheriff's office to notify Tennessee that you are ready to return. Tennessee will then have 30 days from tomorrow to pick you up, unless there's any local Arizona cases pending. If there are local cases, then the 30 days will start at the conclusion of those Arizona cases.
Understood.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Fine. Okay, in just one moment, our courtroom assistant will ask you to sign in that notepad right in front of you. You will need to sign large and slow in order for it to stick in the computer.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, go ahead and sign, please. Sign one more time, please. Thank you. Okay, thanks. Go ahead and have a seat. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Good morning. This is the initial appearance hearing court. Is this the Spanish language translator? Good morning. I think maybe we lost him. Spanish language translator, are you on the line? Okay.
The what? We're about to open the call. It's a phone call. Good morning. This is Commissioner Gentry. Is this the Spanish language translator?
Yes, ma'am. This is he.
Hello. I need to ask before we begin if you will swear or affirm that you will directly translate my words from English to Spanish and the defendant's words from Spanish to English exactly as we say them to the best of your ability.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. We will begin. Mr. Carlos Canchola, please come to the podium.
Mr. Carlos Canchola, por favor, acérquese al podio.
You are here today on a criminal matter, so you do have the right to remain silent.
Usted está aquí por una consecuencia criminal. Usted tiene el derecho a permanecer en silencio.
Anything you say or do may be held against you. This hearing is being recorded and broadcast live.
Todo lo que diga puede ser usado, todo lo que diga o haga puede ser usado en su contra. Esta audiencia está siendo grabada en vivo y está siendo transmitida en vivo.
Please wait until the translator finishes speaking before you speak.
Por favor, deje que el intérprete acabe de hablar para continuar hablando.
Please say your name and your date of birth.
Por favor, diga su nombre y fecha de nacimiento.
Carlos Canchola, el 28 de marzo del 2006.
Carlos Canchola, March 28, 2006.
Thank you, sir. You are here today on a new case.
Ok, gracias, señor. Usted está aquí en un caso nuevo.
It was alleged that you may have committed a hit and run with injury, which is a Class 3 felony.
Ok, sí, lo que tenemos en el reporte es de que usted cometió le pegó un carro y huyó y dejó a personas heridas, lo cual es una felonía de tercer grado.
This court did find probable cause and appointed an attorney to assist you.
Esta corte encontró causa probable y le otorgó un abogado.
Your next hearing is downtown Phoenix on July 10th at 8:30 in the morning.
Y su siguiente corte va a ser en el centro de Phoenix, julio 10 a las 8:30 de la mañana.
This court did consider the state's recommendations, your criminal history, as well as the fact that you self-surrendered.
Porque esta corte encontró y revisó su historial delictivo y lo encuentran culpable.
Based on your strong ties to the community, you are going to be released in a few hours with an electronic monitoring device.
Debido a su fuerte conexión con la gente, usted va a ser puesto en libertad en unas cuantas horas con un brazalete en el tobillo.
Make sure you tell pretrial services about your work commitments and family obligations so they can program that into your device.
Por favor, avisarle a los oficiales sobre su vida con su familia y sus problemas para que ellos puedan ajustar el monitor a sus necesidades.
Do you have someone in your family who can read your release conditions to you?
¿Tiene alguien usted en su familia que le pueda leer sus cláusulas de libertad?
Yeah.
Okay, you have someone who can read English for you?
¿O que usted tiene alguien que pueda leer inglés por usted?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Once you are released, make sure you take your paperwork and have them explain to you exactly what every release condition is, because those are the court's orders.
Ok, sí, por favor asegúrese, como ya ha sido puesto en libertad, asegúrese de llevar todo su papeleo para que le expliquen las condiciones de su libertad.
Okay. Do not leave the state of Arizona and make sure you go to your next hearing.
Por favor, no abandone el estado de Arizona y por favor hágase presente en su siguiente audiencia.
Okay, please take your paperwork, sir.
Yeah. Thank you.
Por favor, lleve su papeleo. Thank you.
All right, for our translator, thank you very much for your service to the court. That was our only Spanish language defendant this morning.
There's no worries, ma'am. Thank you for calling Lion Bridge. Is there anything else the interpreter can help you with?
No, have a great day. Thank you.
All right, thank you, ma'am. Have a nice rest of your shift. Bye-bye.
We do have 4 house calls this morning, so we'll read them in. The first one is Joey Gallegas, who is not following orders or not following directions. Date of birth 9/2/1993. He's here on an arrest warrant alleging shoplifting as a class 4 felony. The date of the offense was May 13th of this year. An attorney has been appointed for him. His next hearing is July 2nd, 8:30 in the morning, downtown Phoenix. He was out on felony release when this alleged activity took place. And so he also has an evidentiary hearing on July 2nd at 1:30 in the afternoon, which is for bail eligibility because he is not eligible for release under Arizona Criminal Rule 4.2A7A. The next individual is Wesley Bonney, and they are NASWA, date of birth 11/4/1983. They have 3 matters. First one's a municipal court warrant alleging shoplifting as undesignated. An attorney will be appointed for them because they have a $50 bond. Their hearings at Goodyear Municipal Court, July 1st, 8:30 in the morning. The next matter they have is a new case alleging unlawful flight from law enforcement as a class 5 felony. An attorney has been appointed for them there. Their next hearing is July 2nd, 8:30 in the morning, and bond is set at $25,000 with the standard release conditions for somebody on standard probation. And the last matter they're here for is a probation violation warrant alleging terms 1, 7, 11, 12, 14, 15, and 21. And on this one, an attorney has been appointed for them. Their next hearing is July 1st, 8:30 in the morning. They will be held under Arizona Criminal Rule 7.2C because the court has found they will most likely receive a sentence of imprisonment on that probation violation warrant. The next individual is Dustin Collins, date of birth 3/11/2003, also NASWA. And this person has a new case alleging aggravated assault with a deadly weapon as a felony. An attorney has been appointed for them. Their next hearing is July 2nd, 8:30 in the morning, downtown Phoenix. They have a $25,000 secured appearance bond with electronic monitoring. If they are released, they must obey any order of protection that might be issued and served upon them. And the next person is Julio Juarez Gomez, who is being combative. Date of birth 2/17/87, also a new case alleging aggravated assault against first responders, class 5 felony. There's 4 counts of that. Then 1 count driving under the influence combination, 1 count driving under the influence 0.08 or more, 1 count driving under the influence 0.15 to 0.2, and 1 count threatening and intimidation. This court did find probable cause, appointed an attorney, and set the hearing for July 2nd, 8:30 in the morning, downtown Phoenix, and they have a $15,000 secured appearance bond with random illegal drug and alcohol testing. If they are released, they do have release conditions for someone on standard probation. It is not my intention to return to this recording. If there are any changes, they will be reflected on the written orders. At this time, the 2 a.m. initial appearance hearing calendar stands in recess to 5 a.m.
Hey. Wake up. Yeah, stay awake now. All rise.
Please be seated. Good morning. This is the 5 a.m. initial appearance hearing calendar for June 26, 2026. The court's orders for taking of DNA and fingerprints that were given on the first calendar of the month shall apply to all matters on this calendar. As you just heard in the recording, this is a very specific type of hearing. I will tell you why you are here, if an attorney has been appointed for you, when and where your next court hearing will be, if you are eligible for release, what your release conditions are, and any bond amount required. I will not read all the release conditions to each of you. That is your responsibility to review, but I may point out a few depending on your case. There are 4 release conditions that all of you have, which are: do not initiate contact with the arresting officer, do not have drugs without a valid prescription, do not drive without a valid license, and do keep the court updated with your address. You're all here today on criminal matters. That means you do have the right to remain silent. Anything you say or do may be held against you. This hearing is being recorded. It is also being broadcast live. I will ask you for your name and your date of birth. There are victims who may be watching the live stream, so I will read the victim rights advisement and then we'll begin with your hearing. If you are the victim of a crime with a case pending before this court, you are advised that you have rights under Arizona law that, among others, include the right to be treated with fairness, respect, and dignity, to a speedy trial, to be present at court proceedings, to choose whether or not to be interviewed by the defendant or defendant's attorney, to be heard before the court makes a decision on release, negotiation of a plea, scheduling and sentencing, and to receive restitution from a person who is convicted of causing you loss. If you have not already been provided a written statement of all victims' rights, please contact the Victim Services Division of the Prosecutor's Office. We'll now begin your hearing, and I'll call you in one at a time. When it is your turn, come stand at the podium in the center of the room and speak into the microphone. I will call a second person's name to have a seat in those chairs right there by the door. That way we can move quickly. Take your time at that seat by the door to get yourself ready to be on camera. Take your arms out of your shirt. Take off your hat. Be ready because you will be recorded once you enter the hearing room. When you are done with your hearing, you'll be provided with paperwork. This paperwork has all the information on it I'm about to give you: the time, date, location of your next hearing, your attorney's phone number, and those release conditions that you need to review. This paperwork is important for you. Please hold on to it. All right, we'll begin this morning with Alonzo Perez. Please come to the podium. And then Bonan Mapinja, have a seat by the door, please. Please say your name and date of birth.
Alonzo Perez, 31085.
Thank you, sir. You are here today on 4 matters. We'll go through each one individually. It looks like you have a justice court warrant. It's out of Arrowhead Justice Court. I've put a $50 bond on this because it's a placeholder to make sure you get transported there. Your next hearing there is at Arrowhead Justice Court on July 1st, 8:30 in the morning. I've also included their phone number on your paperwork. Then you have a failure to appear warrant from a probation case, and it looks like you actually have 2 of these, or excuse me, one of them is from a probation case, one is from a sentencing case. So in each of those, you already have attorneys appointed to assist you. Your next hearings are downtown Phoenix on both of those, July 2nd, 8:30 in the morning, and they do each carry bond. One is $2,500. Oh, they're both the same, $2,500. And then you have one other one, which is a failure to appear at your final trial management conference. So that was back in September of last year. You have an attorney appointed for you in that case too. Your next hearing is also July 2nd, 8:30 in the morning, but on this one, under the Arizona Criminal Rule 7.2b, you're not eligible for release. So you'll see on your paperwork, 3 of them will have bonds. Don't pay that bond because you're not eligible for release. You will have an attorney, though, that you can talk to when you go to these hearings, and they can explain matters to you if you have questions. All right, please take your paperwork, sir. Bonan Mimpinja, please come to the podium. Jorge Padilla, have a seat by the door, please. And I apologize if I've said your name incorrectly. Please say your name and date of birth.
My name is Bonan Pinja.
Okay. And your birthday, sir?
It's gonna be January 1st, 1995.
February 1st. Okay.
No, January 1st.
Oh, January 1st.
Yes.
Okay, good. So it looks like you're here today on a grand jury warrant. An attorney has been appointed for you. The allegation is that in September of 2024, you left the scene of an accident with an injury, and that's a Class 5 felony. So the grand jury found probable cause and issued a warrant for your arrest. This court is appointing an attorney for you. Your next hearing is downtown Phoenix on July 2nd, 8:30 in the morning. You have a secured appearance bond of $10,000. If you're able to post your bond, make sure you go to your hearing. If you're not, you'll stay in custody and be transported to your next hearing. Please take your paperwork, sir. Jorge Padilla, please come to the podium. Amalia Perez Blanco, have a seat by the door, please. Thank you, sir. You are on camera. Please say your name and date of birth.
Jorge Padilla, 6/30/1998.
Thank you, sir. You're here on 4 matters. The first one's a new case. In your new case, it's alleged you had narcotic drugs in your possession and drug paraphernalia. This court did not find probable cause on the narcotics, but yes, on the paraphernalia, which is a Class 6 felony. So an attorney has been appointed for you. Your case is not dismissed. The state may still bring additional evidence to support the allegation. Your next hearing is downtown Phoenix on July 2nd, 8:30 in the morning. On this new case, you have a $500 secured appearance bond. Your other matters here today, sir, are probation violation warrants, and they are alleging that you violated terms 3 and 5. So an attorney has been appointed, and your next hearing is also, it's on July 1st, so it's actually sooner, 8:30 in the morning downtown Phoenix. They each carried bond, and it was $500 on 2 of them and $250 on another. So altogether, you're looking at $1,750 in secured appearance bond. If you're able to post that bond, call your probation officer and go to your hearings on the 1st and the 2nd. If you're not able to post the bond, you'll stay in custody and you'll get transported to those 2 hearings. Please take your paperwork, sir. Thank you. Amalia Perez Blanco, please come to the podium. And then Raul Gomez, have a seat by the door, please. Please say your name and date of birth.
Amalia Perez Blanco, March 10, 1985.
Thank you, ma'am. You're here today on 4 matters. It looks like there are a variety, so we'll just go through one at a time. You have an arrest warrant alleging that in January of this year, you may have had dangerous drugs in your possession as a Class 4 felony and drug paraphernalia as a Class 6 felony. The state has now brought charges against you. This court is appointing an attorney for you. Your next hearing on your new case is July 2nd, 8:30 in the morning downtown Phoenix. I put a $50 placeholder bond on there to make sure you get transported in case you're still in custody. Your other matters, ma'am, are probation violation warrants, and you have 3 of them. They are all alleging terms 3 and 5 and that your whereabouts were unknown since October. So an attorney has been appointed for you in all 3 cases. Your next hearing is July 1st, so it does come sooner, and they do have varying bonds. Let's see, there's 100, 100, and then 50. So altogether, you're looking at $350 in secured appearance bond. If you're able to post your bond, call your probation officer and go to your hearing dates, the 1st and 2nd. If you can't post your bond, you'll stay in custody and be transported there. All right, please take your paperwork, ma'am. Thank you. Raul Gomez, please come to the podium. Michael Hollaby Riggins, have a seat by the door, please. Please say your name and date of birth.
Raúl Alfonso Gámez,
My birthday is February 13th, 1987.
Thank you, sir. You're here today on a new case. It is alleged you had dangerous drugs in your possession, which is a Class 4 felony. Also, driving under the influence with either a metabolite or a combination of drugs and alcohol. These are alleged as misdemeanors. This court found probable cause and appointed an attorney for you. Your next hearing is downtown Phoenix on July 10th at 8:30 in the morning. You are going to be released in a few hours under pretrial services with random illegal drug and alcohol testing. Make sure you contact pretrial services. You have to call them. Their phone number's on your paperwork.
Yeah.
And then you need to go to the random testing to prove to the next court you can remain sober.
Right.
Okay. Are you going to be able to do that?
Yeah, thank you.
Okay.
I'm working, and I've been,
Okay.
working
All
my
right.
job, so.
Please take your paperwork, sir. Thank you. Michael Hullaby Riggins, please come to the podium. Angela Pompender, have a seat by the door, please. Please say your name and date of birth.
Michael Hullaby Reagan, March 7, 2004.
Thank you, sir. You're here on a justice court warrant, and it looks like it is an old one from March of 2025, not giving your true name. It's alleged as a misdemeanor. This court is not appointing an attorney for you, but you can hire one or represent yourself. Your next hearing is at the Arrowhead Justice Court on July 14th at 2 in the afternoon. I've also included their phone number on this paperwork for you. And the reason, sir, is because even though you're going to be released in a few hours on your promise to go to the hearing, the warrant is still outstanding. So if you have any contact with law enforcement, you'll end up back here until you go to Arrowhead and get this resolved.
Okay, I got a question. I went to court for it, but like I already went to court for that. Do I have the record for that?
So what I show is that you did not appear. So you need to contact Arrowhead and get that cleared up, because right now you have an outstanding warrant.
Okay.
All right, please take
Thank
your
you. Have a good one.
paperwork. Angela Pompender, please come to the podium. Yahaira Martinez, have a seat by the door, please. Please say your name and date of birth.
Angela Pompender, 8777.
Thank you, ma'am. You're here today on a new case. It was alleged that you were criminally trespassing in a residential structure. That is a Class 6 felony. The court did find probable cause and appointed an attorney for you. Your next hearing will be July 10th at 8:30 in the morning. You are going to be released on your promise not to go back.
Yes, ma'am.
And to go to your hearing.
Okay.
So keep hold of your paperwork. Make sure you go to your hearing and get the case resolved
Yes,
from
ma'am.
there. Okay, please take your paperwork, ma'am. Yajaira Martinez, please come to the podium. And then Moises Badia, have a seat by the door, please. Please say your name and date of birth.
Yahaira Enriquez, date of birth April 14th, 1995.
Thank you, ma'am. I apologize for saying your name wrong. You are here today on a new case. It is alleged that you may have committed animal neglect as a Class 6 felony. This court did find probable cause and appointed an attorney for you. Your next hearing is downtown Phoenix on July 10th at 8:30 in the morning. You are going to be released with your promise to go to the hearing and follow the release conditions. While this case is pending, you may not possess, reside with, or have contact with animals, whether you own them or not. So you will need to find somewhere else for those animals while this case is pending. You also need to go to your hearing and do not leave the state, or they may issue a warrant for your arrest.
Mhm.
All right, please take your paperwork. Moise Badia, please come to the podium. And then after that, we'll have Giovanni Vega Ontivero. Please say your name and date of birth.
Moise Badia, 10/26/98.
Thank you, sir. I understand that you were extradited here for this particular matter, and then we have another matter which we are appearing on as a fugitive of justice. So we'll do the Arizona matter first, and then I will give you the option for the fugitive of justice. So in the Arizona matter, it is a failure to appear warrant, and it's from a pretrial conference. And it appears that this is the second time you've been extradited for this warrant. The first time you did not go to your hearing, and so they had to reissue the warrant. So you have an attorney already in your case. Your next hearing is June 30th, 8:30 in the morning, downtown Phoenix. Your bond is now set at cash only $100,000 to ensure your attendance at this next hearing.
$1,000?
With electronic monitoring. So that is what your bond is set for your Arizona case. Now you have a second matter where you're a fugitive of justice out of Oklahoma. Were you given a placard to read prior to the hearing?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, were you able to read that placard?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so now you have a choice to make. The state of Oklahoma wants you back, and they have issued a warrant for your arrest. You can demand a civil extradition hearing. I would set that for July 6th at 1:30 in the afternoon, and I would set bond according to their warrant at $250,000 secured, so that's a secured bond. If you're able to post that bond, you would need to make sure you go to that hearing, and you could hire an attorney because it's civil, I can't appoint one. At that hearing, they would determine if an extradition warrant should be issued for your arrest, and then the governors of Oklahoma and Arizona would both have up to 90 days to sign that extradition order. Or you can waive that hearing and be held with no bond in the Maricopa County Sheriff's custody for up to 30 days. And after that 30 days, you would be released, but you do need to sort out that warrant with Oklahoma. And during that time, the sheriffs would let Oklahoma know that you're ready to be picked up. However, and this is an important thing for you to understand, that 30 days would not start until the Arizona case that we just talked about is resolved. So the 30 days no custody being held begins after your Arizona case is resolved. What would you like me to do? Set the hearing, or do you want to waive your right?
I will my rights.
You want to waive your right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, in that case, I have to ask you about 6 questions, and then you need to say yes or no into the microphone. Did you read the waiver of extradition paperwork?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you understand you do not have to sign the paperwork?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you understand you have the right to that civil extradition hearing?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you understand you have the right to hire a lawyer at your own expense for that civil hearing?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you understand you have the right to demand that a governor's warrant be signed by the governors of Oklahoma and Arizona before you are returned?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you understand you have the right to bail, and in this case, it would be $250,000 secured?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you want to give up those rights to sign the paperwork?
Yes, ma'am.
Has anyone threatened you or promised you anything to get you to sign the paperwork?
No, ma'am.
Have you had any drugs, alcohol, or medication within the last 24 hours?
No, ma'am.
Okay. I find that you knowingly, intelligently, and voluntarily are signing the paperwork, and I will also sign it. I will notify the sheriff's office to tell Oklahoma that you are ready to return. Oklahoma will have 30 days from the end of your Arizona case to pick you up.
Yes,
ma'am. So in one moment, our courtroom assistant will ask you to sign. In front of you, there is a small pad with a stylus. You'll need to sign large and slow in order for it to work. One more time. Okay, if you would like to have a seat, they'll bring you your paperwork in just one moment. Thank you, sir. I'm going to call one more in. Okay, that's good. Yeah, thank you. And then we'll do the Spanish matter. Good morning. This is the initial appearance hearing court. Is this the Spanish language interpreter?
Yes, ma'am. My name is Marco, and my ID is 408096.
Thank you, Marco. Before we begin, I need to ask if you will swear or affirm that you will directly translate my words from English to Spanish and the defendant's words from Spanish to English exactly as we say them or to the best of your ability.
I do.
Thank you. We will begin. Mr. Vega Ontiveros, please come to the podium.
Caballero Vega Ontiverio, por favor venga aquí al podio.
Please wait for the interpreter to finish speaking before you speak.
Por favor espere que el intérprete termine de hablar antes de comenzar a hablar.
Please say your name and date of birth.
Por favor diga su nombre y su fecha de nacimiento.
Mi nombre es Giovanni Guadalupe Vega Ontivero. Mi fecha de nacimiento es 12/12/1993.
My name is Giovanni Guadalupe Vega Ontiverio. My date of birth is 12/12/93.
Thank you, sir. You are here today on two matters.
Gracias, caballero. Usted está aquí para dos temas.
The first one is a failure to appear warrant because you didn't go to your status conference on June 12th.
La primera es fallar en aparecer ahí y tiene orden de arresto por no ir ahí a su junta de estatus en junio 12.
You already have an attorney assigned to you in this case.
Ya se le asignó un abogado en este caso.
Now you have a new hearing date on July 2nd at 8:30 in the morning downtown Phoenix.
Ahora tiene una junta nueva, julio 2, a las 8:30 de la mañana, ahí en el centro downtown de Phoenix.
When you failed to appear, a warrant was issued for your arrest. It carries a $1,000 bond.
Y cuando usted falló en asistir, entonces se le puso una orden y tiene una multa de $1,000.
Your second matter here today is a new case.
Ahora el segundo tema es un caso nuevo.
It is alleging that you had dangerous drugs in your possession, which is a Class 4 felony.
Mencionaron que usted estaba en posesión de drogas peligrosas, que es un crimen mayor, nivel 4.
This court did find probable cause and appointed an attorney for you.
Este tribunal encontró que había causa probable y le asignó un abogado a usted.
Your next hearing on your new case is June 2nd at 8:30 in the morning, also downtown Phoenix.
Y su junta o audiencia para este nuevo caso también va a ser junio 2 a las 8:30 de la mañana, también en downtown Phoenix.
Because you were out on pre-trial felony release, you are not eligible for release on your new case.
This is the interpreter. With the court's permission, Your Honor, may I get a repetition?
Yes. Because you were out on pre-trial felony release, you are not eligible for release.
Como usted estaba fuera o libre en esta liberación por crimen mayor de prueba, entonces ya no califica para liberación.
Instead, you have another hearing to determine eligibility for bail, and that is on July 2nd at 1:30 in the afternoon.
Y por esa razón, Entonces, usted va a tener ahí una audiencia para fianza que va a ser en julio 2 a la 1:30.
At that time, they will determine if you can be released on bail, and they will set the bail for you then.
En ese momento van a determinar si va a poder ser librado con fianza y van a poder asignarle a cuánto sería su fianza.
If you have questions about this, your attorney's phone number is on your paperwork.
Si tiene preguntas sobre esto, el número de teléfono de su abogado está en su papeleo.
Okay. Please take your paperwork, sir.
Por favor, llévese su papeleo, caballero.
Marco, thank you so much for your service to the court. That was our only Spanish language defendant. Hope you have a great day.
Yes, Your Honor, if that's all you need, have a wonderful weekend, and thank you for using our services, ma'am.
Okay. We do have 3 house calls. So we'll begin with number 1, which is Ulysses Robinson. He is being combative, date of birth 7/26/86 on a probation violation warrant alleging terms 7, 11, and 12. His whereabouts unknown since May. An attorney has been appointed for him. His next hearing is July 1st, 8:30 in the morning. He has a $2,000 bond with standard release conditions for someone on probation. The next person is Amir Smith, who is being combative. He has a new case alleging armed robbery with a deadly weapon, class 2 felony. This court found probable cause, appointed an attorney, and set his next hearing at July 2nd, downtown Phoenix, 8:30 in the morning with a $50,000 secured appearance bond, pretrial services as part of his release, and pretty much standard domestic violence release conditions. So he must obey any order of protection that is served upon him and not to return to the scene of the alleged crime or have contact with the alleged victim, witnesses, or complainants, no weapons. The last person is Lawrence Bloom, who is suicidal, date of birth 7/26/86, a new probation violation warrant alleging terms 7, 11, and 12. Did I read that one before? Here he is. Okay, I thought so. Okay, so Lawrence Bloom is a new case, date of birth 4/28/1970. Okay, theft of means of transportation, which is a class 3 felony. An attorney has been appointed for him. His next hearing is July 10th, 8:30 in the morning. If he's able to be released, it will be under pretrial services supervision, so he'll need to call them within 72 hours. He is not to initiate any contact with the alleged victim, witnesses, or complainants, or co-defendant in this case. It is not my intention to return to this recording. If there are any changes, they will be reflected in the written orders. At this time, the 5 a.m. initial appearance hearing calendar is in recess until 8 a.m.
Good morning. This is a court interpreter. I was wondering what the phone number is to dial in. If you could email it to me, please, Alex.
The phone number?
Yes, please.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you, everyone. Please be seated. I think we're waiting for me to. Okay. All right, everyone. Good morning. This is the 8 a.m. initial appearance calendar for June 26, 2026. The court's orders for the taking of DNA and fingerprints that were given on the first calendar of this month shall apply to all matters on this calendar. Prior to calling people to the podium, I'd like to read the victim rights advisement. If you are a victim of a crime with a case pending before this court, you are advised that you have rights under Arizona law that, among others, include the right to be treated with fairness, dignity, and respect, the right to a speedy trial, the right to be present at court proceedings, to choose whether or not to be interviewed by the defendant or the defendant's attorney, to be heard before the court makes a decision on release, negotiation of a plea, scheduling and sentencing, and to receive restitution from a person who is convicted of causing you loss. If you have not already been provided with a written statement of all victims' rights, please contact the Victim Services Division of the Prosecutor's Office. And with that, I believe we have two interpreter matters that the court will take first. Is the interpreter online?
Yes, good morning, Your Honor. Vanessa Ponce, la court interpreter.
Thank you very much. Could I have the interpreter please ask Oscar Torres Rivera to come to the podium, please?
¿Puede pasar, por favor, al podio Oscar Torres Rivera?
Good morning, sir. Could you please give me your full name and date of birth?
Oscar Luis Torres Rivera,
23 de marzo de 1969.
Oscar Luis Torres Rivera, March 20, me dijo 20, ¿me repite su fecha de nacimiento?
23 de marzo de 1969.
Gracias. March 23rd of 1969.
Thank you, sir. Sir, you are here today as a result of a new matter stemming from the Maricopa County Superior Court for allegedly one count of misconduct involving weapons as a prohibited possessor, and that's a Class 4 felony. The court did find probable cause to exist as to that count. The court has appointed you an attorney to represent you in this matter. Your next court date is a status conference on July 2nd, followed by a preliminary hearing on July 6th, both at 8:30 in the morning, both in the downtown Superior Court. As to your release conditions in this matter, the court is concerned, the court is concerned about the allegation of you possessing a weapon as a prohibited possessor. As such, the court is concerned with safety issues to the community. The court has also identified the fact that you may have ties to another country and are a possible flight risk. And with that, the court is imposing a secured appearance bond in the amount of $25,000. Should you be able to post that bond, there are additional release conditions that apply. I'm going to go over all of those with you here today. You are not to return to the scene of the alleged crime. You are not to initiate contact with the arresting officers. You are not to possess any weapons. You are not to possess or consume any drugs without a valid prescription. You are not to possess or consume any alcohol. You are not to drive a motor vehicle without a valid driver's license. You are not to leave the state of Arizona. And you must notify the court of any new address change. A copy of all of your release conditions are going to be provided to you here in writing. If I can have you step to your left, please. And if I can have the interpreter, please announce for Luis Lopez.
Por favor, pase al podio Luis López.
Good morning, sir. Please give me your full name and date of birth.
Luis Alfonso García López, 8 de junio del 2000.
Luis Alfonso García López, June 8th of 2000.
Thank you very much, sir. Sir, you are here today as a result of a new matter stemming from the Maricopa County Superior Court. It is for allegedly one count of unlawful flight from a law enforcement vehicle. That's a Class 5 felony. As to this count, the court did find that probable cause does exist. I have appointed an attorney to represent you. Your next court date is a status conference on July 10th, followed by a preliminary hearing on July 14th. Both matters are at 8:30 in the morning, and both are in the downtown Superior Court. As to your release conditions in this matter, the court notes that you have no prior felony convictions and you have no failure to appears in this or any other court. As such, the court is going to be releasing you today on your own recognizance. There are some additional release conditions that apply. You are not to have any contact with the arresting officers. You are not to possess any weapons. You are not to possess or consume any drugs without a valid prescription. You are not to possess or consume any alcohol. You are not to drive a motor vehicle without a valid driver's license. You are not to leave the state of Arizona. And you must notify the court of any new address. A copy of all of your release conditions are going to be provided to you here momentarily. If I could have you step to your left, please. Also, could I have the interpreter please make a general announcement to the gallery and ask if anyone else needs the services of a Spanish-speaking interpreter?
¿Alguien más necesita un intérprete al español? Por favor, alce su mano.
The officer has indicated that no one raised their hand, and with that, I'd like to thank the interpreter for her services here this morning. You may be dismissed.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Thank you. With that, if I can have Derek Joshua to the podium and Stephen Johnson to the chair next to the door, please. Good morning, sir. Please give me your full name and date of birth.
Derek Joshua, April 26, 1993.
Thank you very much. Sir, you are here today as a result of a Maricopa County Superior Court grand jury warrant. The grand jury convened and found probable cause as to your one count of discharging a firearm within city limits. That's a class 6 felony. Give me 1 second. I'm going to have to reprint this. The grand jury also, the same grand jury that found probable cause as to that, as to your offense, also imposed a secured appearance bond that I will be affirming. It is a secured appearance bond in the amount of $20,000, secured appearance bond. Should you be able, oh, I'm sorry, let me just, one more edit. Should you be able to post that bond, there are additional release conditions that I apply. I'm not going to go over all of those with you here today, but they are all going to be included in the paperwork you're about to receive. If I can have you step to your left in your paperwork, we'll catch up with you here momentarily. Okay. Thank you. All right, Stephen Johnson to the podium, please, and Essence Mire to the chair next to the door. Morning, sir. Please give me your full name and date of birth.
Stephen, Stephen Ellis Johnson, 12/16/1987.
Thank you very much. Sir, you're here today as a result of a new matter stemming from the Maricopa County Superior Court. It is allegedly for one count of illegal control of an enterprise as a class 3 felony, one count of inducing prostitution as a class 5 felony, and one count of transporting for the purpose of prostitution as a class 5 felony as well. As to all three counts, the court did find probable cause to exist. I have appointed an attorney to represent you. Your next court date is a status conference on July 2nd, followed by a preliminary hearing on July 6th, both at 8:30 in the morning, both in the downtown Superior Court. As to your release conditions, the court notes that you have at least 7 prior felony convictions. And with that, considers your actions a danger to the community. With that, the court has imposed a secured appearance bond in the amount of $100,000. Should you be able to post that bond, I'm also ordering that you be outfitted with an electronic monitoring device, also known as an ankle bracelet, prior to your release. There are additional release conditions that apply that I'm not going to go over with you here today, but they're all going to be included in the paperwork that you're about to receive. If I can have you step to your left, please. Essence Mire to the podium, please. Good morning, ma'am. Please give me your full name and date of birth.
Good morning. Essence Meyer, August 7, 2000.
Apologies for mispronouncing your last name.
Mir, Essence Mir, you was right.
Okay. All right, ma'am, you are here today as a result of a new matter stemming from the Maricopa County Superior Court. It is for allegedly one count of aggravated assault as a class 3 felony, one count of threatening and intimidating, one count of disorderly conduct, and one count of assault. All those 3 counts that I just mentioned, all as class 1 misdemeanors. As to all counts, the court did find probable cause to exist. I have appointed an attorney to represent you. Your next court date is a status conference on July 2nd, followed by a preliminary hearing on July 6th, both at 8:30 in the morning, both in the downtown Superior Court. As to your release conditions in this matter, the court has imposed a secured appearance bond in the amount of $25,000. Should you be able to post that bond, there are additional release conditions that I'm also going to be imposing. And those are the fact that you be outfitted with electronic monitoring device prior to your release from custody, also known as an ankle bracelet. The rest of your release conditions include not to return to the scene of the alleged crime or have any contact with the alleged victim. I understand that you and the alleged victim may be living at the same at the scene of the alleged crime. With that, I'm ordering you not to return there, and you and the alleged victim may not be able to reside together. You must also find an alternative residence and provide proof of that residence to the court, again, after your release, should you be able to post your bond. The rest of your release conditions, I'm not going to go over with you here today, but they're all going to be included in the paperwork you're about to receive. I can have you step to your left, please. Anthony Reynolds, please, to the podium. And Ramin Chowdhury to the chair next to the door.
Which one?
Good morning, sir. Please give me your full name and date of birth.
Anthony DeVere Reynolds, September 20th, 1986.
Thank you very much. Sir, you're here as a result of 2 different matters. The first matter is a new matter stemming from the Maricopa County Superior Court. It is for allegedly one count of aggravated assault as a class 3 felony, one count of threatening and intimidating, and one count of disorderly conduct, both as class 1 misdemeanors. As to all counts, the court did find that did find that probable cause does exist. I have appointed an attorney to represent you. Your next court date is a status conference on July 2nd, followed by a preliminary hearing on July 6th, both at 8:30 in the morning, both in the downtown Superior Court. As to your release conditions in this matter, the court does note the fact that you do have a prior felony conviction and you're on probation at the time of this alleged offense. With that said, the court is going to be imposing the court's also concerned about the nature of the allegations against you, and the fact that the attacks were unprovoked and that there are multiple victims. With that said, the court is imposing a secured appearance bond in the amount of $100,000. Should you be able to post that bond, I'm also going to be requiring that you be outfitted with an electronic monitoring device, also known as an ankle bracelet, prior to your release. There are additional release conditions that apply. You are not to return to the scene of the crime or have any contact with the alleged victim. The rest of your release conditions are going to be provided to you in writing, but one further release condition that I would like to point out is that you contact your probation officer within 72 hours of your release. Your second matter, number 22 on the calendar, is the probation matter. For a Class 6 felony, I have appointed an attorney to represent you in that matter as well. Your next court date is a probation revocation arraignment and possible disposition hearing on July 1st at 8:30 in the morning in the downtown Superior Court. It is alleged that you have violated term 1 of your probation. Term 1 of everybody's probation is to not commit new offenses while on probation. The new offense allegation is the case that we just talked about previously. With that said, I'm going to have to reprint this as well. With that said, the court has imposed a secured appearance bond in the amount of $2,500 secured appearance on this matter. Should you be able to post that bond, again, there are additional release conditions that apply that I will not go over with you here today. But they're going to be provided to you in the paperwork you're about to receive, including the fact that you must contact your probation officer within 72 hours of your release. All right. If I can have you step to your left, your paperwork's going to be catching up with you here momentarily. Thank you.
All right.
Ramin Chowdhury, please, to the podium. David Garcia to the chair next to the door. Morning, sir. Please give me your full name and date of birth.
Mainly Chowdhury, 10/29/82.
Thank you very much, sir. You're here today as a result of 4 different matters. The first matter is a new matter, number 17 on the calendar. New matter stemming from the Maricopa County Superior Court. It is for allegedly 1 count of misconduct involving weapon as a prohibited possessor as a Class 4 felony. As to the count that the court did find the probable cause does exist, I have appointed an attorney to represent you. Your next court date is a status conference on July 2nd, followed by a preliminary hearing on July 6th, both at 8:30 in the morning, both in the downtown Superior Court. Now, as to your release conditions in this matter, the court has noted the fact that you have a high amount of felony prior convictions. I'm noting at least 3, and that you're on probation for at least 10 prior felony convictions, and I'm noting the fact that you're on probation for at least 3. With that said, the court is imposing a secured appearance bond in the amount of $25,000. Should you be able to post that bond, there are additional release conditions that apply that I'm not going to go over with you here today, but they're going to be
Did you say 25,000?
25,000. Secured appearance. I'm not going to go over the rest of your release conditions here today, but they're going to be included in the paperwork you're about to receive. As to your other 3 matters, they're all probation violation matters. Let's go over them. Here this morning. Number 15 on the calendar is a probation violation warrant from the Maricopa County Superior Court for a Class 4 felony. I have appointed an attorney. Well, you know what? They're all probation. The rest of them are all probation violation warrants. So for felony offenses, I have appointed an attorney to represent you as to all your probation violation matters. Your next court date as to all your probation violation matters is a probation revocation arraignment and possible disposition hearing on July 1st. July 1st at 8:30 in the morning in the downtown Superior Court. As to your probation violation matters, all three of them, it is alleged that you have violated terms 4, 7, and 15 of your probation. And as to all three of your matters, and each of them, the court is affirming, or the court is imposing a secured appearance bond in the amount of $1,000. Should you be able to, that's for each of them, so $3,000 total for the probation matters, plus $25,000 for the
But the gun is not even mine. It has nothing to do with me. It was just found in the house. Can you lower the bond on that? That's not right. I didn't, that's not even
I
my
have
gun.
appointed an attorney to represent you. Make sure you discuss this with your attorney.
I say, can you lower the bond? Why does it have to be $25,000? I haven't had a failure to appear in years.
There is an allegation, there are multiple allegations of multiple term of your probation violations.
I know, but I'm talking about for the $25,000. $3,000 is fine, but the $25,000, that's not my gun. They're trying to pin that. It wasn't found on me or anything like that. I had nothing to do with it. Why is my bond so high on that?
Talk to your attorney about the facts.
Can you lower the bond or OR me or something? That's not right.
No.
Why?
So I'm going to tell you that there are other release conditions that apply should you be able to post that bond. I'm not going to go over those with you here today, but you must contact your probation officer as to all matters if you are released within 72 hours of your release. All right? Please talk to your attorney about the facts of your case. If I can have you step to your left to receive your paperwork. David Garcia to the podium, please. Angelina Vigil to the chair next to the door. Good morning, sir. Please give me your full name and date of birth.
David Garcia, November 16, 1995.
Thank you very much. Sir, you are here as a result of a justice court warrant from the Moon Valley Justice Court for a Class 1 offense, driving on a suspended license. I have appointed an attorney to represent you in this matter. Your next court date is an arraignment hearing on July 1st. July 1st at 8:30 in the morning, again in the Moon Valley Justice Court. As to your release conditions in this matter, the court has noted the fact that this is the age of this case. This is a 2015 case. This case is over 10 years old and still not resolved. As such, the court is imposing a secured appearance bond in the amount of $500. Should you be able to post that bond, there are additional release conditions that apply that I'm not going to go over with you here today, but they're going to be included in the paperwork you're about to receive. If I can have you step to your left, please. Angelina Vigil, please, to the podium. Alexandria Schaefer, the chair next to the door. Good morning, ma'am. Please give me your full name and date of birth.
Angelina Vigil, February 13th, 1990.
Thank you very much. Ma'am, you are here today as a result of a municipal court warrant from the Youngstown Municipal Court for 2 counts of misdemeanor offenses. Given the nature of the offenses and the jurisdiction that it's in, you are not entitled to court-appointed counsel. However, you can hire an attorney, a private attorney, at your own cost and expense if you wish. Your next court date is an arraignment hearing on July 2nd at 9 a.m., again in the Youngstown Municipal Court. As to your release conditions, the court is also noting the age of your case here as well. It's a 2021 case. It's almost half a decade. You want to? 1 second, please. Thank you. Thank you for your patience on that one. Again, noting the age of the case, the fact that the case is almost half a decade old, gives some concern to this court. As such, I am going to be imposing a bond. It's a secured appearance bond in the amount of $250. Should you be able to post that bond, there are additional release conditions that apply that I'm not going to go over with you here today, but they're going to be included in the paperwork you're about to receive.
Even if it's just like a non-payment of fines?
Because
'Cause
The
that's
fact
all,
that you
'cause-
have an active warrant, and just for your information, the warrant amount that requested by the judge issuing the warrant was over $500. So I have reduced
Right.
that amount. So my hope is that you take care of it and, address it. It's been about half a decade, and with that.
No, I know, because I was released and I had a payment plan set up, and then I lost my job and I stopped paying on it. So basically, it's just the restitution.
It's always important to contact the court when those circumstances happen. As long as you're in communication with the court, they will work with you to figure something out.
No, I know, but
I've seen situations where there's, not to say that, $10 isn't a lot of money. It may be, given the circumstances, but I've seen them take payment plans as low as $10 on a monthly basis. Sometimes the judge will say, hey, you know what, I'll restart your payment plan in a month or 2 or 3 down the road. But you got to be in communication with the court. And in this case, given the fact that, given the circumstances around it and the age of the case, at this point, I'm going to be imposing this bond in the hopes that it moves the case forward.
So basically, I'm just gonna go back to court and set up another payment plan, correct? Because I've already spent all my time for all that. Like, it's just the payment, the what's it called? The fine.
Sure.
That's all that is, so.
I can't address if there's any other, I'm only seeing the warrant. I can't address any other circumstances related to your.
No, I know what it is. 'Cause I've already done all my time for that.
Now, if you are able to post that bond, there are additional release conditions that apply that I haven't gone over with you. But they're going to be included in the paperwork that you're about to receive. If I can have you step to your left. Alexandria Schaefer, please, to the podium. Good morning, ma'am. Please give me your full name and date of birth.
Alexandria Catherine Schaefer, 10/17/84.
Thank you very much. Ma'am, you are here today as a result of the Maricopa County Superior Court probation violation warrant for a Class 6 felony. I have appointed an attorney to represent you. Your next court date is a probation revocation arraignment and possible disposition hearing on July 1st at 8:30 in the morning in the downtown Superior Court. In this matter, it is alleged that you have violated terms 3 and 5 of your probation, and as such, the court is going to be, number 1, reprinting this, but number 2, imposing a secured appearance bond in the amount of $250. Should you be able to post that bond, there are additional release conditions that apply that I'm not going to be going over with you here today. But one I would like to point out is the fact that you contact your probation officer within 72 hours of your release. If I can have you step to your left, and your new paperwork will be catching up with you momentarily. With that said, with that said, we're going to need to take a quick 2-minute break off record. All right, next to the podium, Carlos, Raines, please. And Derek Williams to the chair next to the door. Good morning, sir. Please give me your full name and date of birth.
Carlos Mar Raines, March 5th, 1996.
Thank you very much. Sir, you are here today as a result of a new matter stemming from the Maricopa County Superior Court. It is for allegedly one count of possession of narcotic drugs, a class 4 felony, one count of possession of drug paraphernalia, class 6 felony, one count of obstructing a public thoroughfare or highway as a class 3 misdemeanor. As to all three counts, the court does find that probable cause does exist. I have appointed an attorney to represent you. Your next court date is a status conference on July 10th, followed by a preliminary hearing on July 14th, both at 8:30 in the morning, both in the downtown Superior Court. As to your release conditions, the court has noted the fact that you have one prior felony conviction. However, the court has also noted that it wasn't for a violent or dangerous offense and that it is over 10 years old. With that, the court feels that it is appropriate to release you on your own recognizance here today, as long as you promise that you'll show up on your own on the 10th.
Of course.
Okay.
Of course.
All right. There are other release conditions that apply. I'm not going to go over with you here today. Everything's going to be included in the paperwork you're about to receive.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Thank you so much.
Appreciate that. Derek Williams, please, to the podium. Michael Helton to the chair next to the door. Morning, sir. Please give me your full name and date of birth.
Derek Williams III, October 15th, 1992.
And the third is a suffix at the end
Yes,
of your name. All right. I'm going to let the record reflect that there's a suffix of the third at the end of your last name. All right, sir, you are here today as a result of a new matter stemming from the downtown Superior Court. It is for allegedly one count of possession of narcotic drugs and one count of possession of dangerous drugs. Both of those counts are class 4 felonies. Now, as to the possession of narcotic drugs, the court did not find probable cause to exist. That doesn't mean that that count is dismissed. That just means that based on the information that I have so far, I didn't find probable cause. Therefore, I can't hold you on that count. On the possession of dangerous drugs count, I did find probable cause to exist. With that said, I have appointed an attorney to represent you as to all counts. Your next court date is a status conference on July 10th, followed by a preliminary hearing on July 14th, both at 8:30 in the morning, both in the downtown Superior Court. Again, like I said, make sure that you go to your next court date, because at that point, they'll tell you whether or not the narcotics count is going to be fully dismissed or they're going to move forward with it. Again, the court is also noting the fact that you have no priors or failure to appears, and one of your counts is a no PC count. With that, I am going to be releasing you today on your own recognizance. There are some additional release conditions that apply that I'm not going to go over with you here today, but they're all going to be included in the paperwork you're about to receive. If I can have you step to your left, please.
All right, thank you.
Michael Helton to the podium, please, and Alexander Bogard to the chair next to the door. Morning, sir. Please give me your full name and date of birth.
Michael Lynn Helton, 8/12/1964.
All right. Sir, you are here today as a result of a new matter stemming from the Peoria Municipal Court. It is for allegedly one or two counts of DUI, both as class 1 misdemeanors, two counts of extreme DUI, one count of extreme DUI as a class 1 misdemeanor, one count of super extreme DUI as a class 1 misdemeanor, and one count of possessing an open container of liquor in your vehicle as a class 2 misdemeanor. As to all of your counts, the court does find probable cause to exist. I have appointed an attorney to represent you. That attorney will be appointed to you at the next hearing. It is, again, this is a municipal court matter. It's not a superior court matter. Your next hearing is a arraignment hearing on July 14th. It's out a little ways, July 14th at 9 a.m. in the Peoria Municipal Court. As to your release conditions, the court recognizes or takes note of the fact that you have no prior felony convictions or no DUI convictions in your past either. With that, I'm going to be releasing you today on your own recognizance. There are other release conditions that you must abide by. I'm not going to go over those with you here today, but they're all going to be included in the paperwork you're about to receive. If I can have you step to your left, please. Alexander Bogart, please to the podium, and Raul Palacio to the chair next to the door. Sir, good morning. Please give me your full name and date of birth.
Alexander Norman Bogart, 10/23/1991.
Thank you very much. Okay, sir, you are here today as a result of a new matter stemming from the Maricopa County Superior Court. It is for allegedly one count of aggravated DV as a Class 5 felony and one count of disorderly or disobeying an order of the court as a Class 1 misdemeanor. As to the aggravated domestic violence charge, as to both charges, the court does find probable cause to exist. I have appointed an attorney to represent you. Your next court date is a status conference on July 2nd, followed by a preliminary hearing on July 6th, both at 8:30 in the morning, both in the downtown Superior Court. The court, as to your release conditions, the court notes that the allegations made by that your actions against the alleged actions against the alleged victim keep escalating. The court is concerned by that. As such, the court is imposing a secured appearance bond in the amount of $2,500. Should you be able to post that bond, I'm also going to order that you be outfitted with an electronic monitoring device, also known as an ankle bracelet. That's to be done prior to your release from custody. The rest of your release conditions include the fact that you must not return to the scene of the alleged crime or have any contact with the alleged victim in this matter. The rest of your release conditions I'm not going to go over with you here today, but they're going to be included in the paperwork you're about to receive. If I can have you step to your left, please. All right, Raul Palacio to the podium, please. And Demetrius Cuckoo to the chair next to the door. Right, sir, good morning. Please give me your full name and date of birth.
Raul Anthony Palacio, March 14th, 1982.
Sir, thank you very much. You are here today as a result of a new matter stemming from the Maricopa County Superior Court. It is for allegedly one count of criminal damage as a Class 5 felony. As to that count, the court did find probable cause to exist. I have appointed an attorney to represent you. Your next court date is a status conference on July 10th, followed by a preliminary hearing on July 14th, both at 8:30 in the morning, both in the downtown Superior Court. As to your release conditions in this matter, the court notes that you have no prior felony convictions or failure to appear in this or any other court. With that, I believe it is appropriate to release you today on your own recognizance.
Thank you, sir.
There are some additional release conditions that apply, including not to return to the scene of the alleged crime or have any contact with the alleged victims in the matter. The rest of your release conditions, I'm not gonna go over with you here today, but they're all gonna be included in the paperwork you're about to receive. I can have you step to your left, please.
Do I need to sign anything here?
No.
Okay.
Demetrius Diwakuku, please. John Harris to the chair next to the door. Morning, sir. Please give me your full name and date of birth.
Demetrius Diwakuku, June 1st, 1994.
My apologies for mispronouncing your last name. Sir, you are here today as a result of a new matter stemming from the Maricopa County Superior Court. It is for allegedly one count of aggravated DUI as a Class 4 felony and two counts of DUI, both as Class 1 misdemeanors. As to all counts, the court does find probable cause to exist. I have appointed an attorney to represent you. Your next court date is status conference on July 10th. July 10th, followed by a preliminary hearing on July 14th, both at 8:30 in the morning, both in the downtown Superior Court. As to your release conditions in this matter, the court will be releasing you today, but I will be releasing you to the custody of pretrial services. So in the paperwork you're about to receive, you will have information on how to contact pretrial services. You must contact them within 72 hours of your release, and they will help monitor you and guide you and coordinate with you as you move through your case. But make sure you stay in contact with them and abide by their conditions. If you do not, your release conditions could change, and they could change for the worse. The rest of your release conditions include, well, I'm not going to go over them with you here today, but they're going to all be included in the paperwork you're about to receive. If I can have you step to your left, please.
All right, thank you.
John Harris, please, to the podium, and Roxanne Lopez to the chair next to the door. Morning, Mr. Harris. Please give me your full name and date of birth.
Santiago Fisher Harris, 328-74.
Thank you, sir. You are here today as a result of a bench warrant from the Maricopa County Superior Court for one count of possession of dangerous drugs, one count of possession of narcotic drugs as a Class 4 felony. As to that count, I have appointed an attorney to represent you. Your next court date is status conference on July 2nd, at 8:30 in the morning in the downtown Superior Court. As to your release conditions in this matter, I note that you were on, that there was some sort of deferred prosecution or something to that effect. And at some point that prosecution was reinstated against you. However, I don't believe that you may have had what is called actual notice of the fact that this matter has been reinstated. And with that, I'm not going to hold you or anyone accountable for not showing up to a court date that you did not know about.
Yeah, I did not know, sir.
Well, with that said, I am going to be releasing you on your own recognizance here today, as long as you promise that you're going to show up on your own.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
July 2nd.
Yes, sir.
The rest of your release conditions, I'm not going to go over with you here today, but they're all going to be included in the paperwork you're about to receive. If I can have you.
What time on July 2nd?
It's at 8:30 in the morning, but it's also going to be included in the paperwork you're about to receive.
Okay.
All right.
Yes, sir. I would be there.
Yes, sir. All right. Roxanne Lopez to the podium, and John Torres, please, to the chair next to the door. Good morning. Please give me your full name and date of birth.
Roxanne Lopez, 62389.
Thank you very much. Ma'am, you are here today as a result of a new matter stemming from the Maricopa County Superior Court. It is for one count of hindering prosecution as a Class 5 felony, one count of unlawful flight from a law enforcement vehicle as a Class 5 felony, one count of criminal damage also as a Class 5 felony, one count of aggressive driving and driving on a suspended license. Each of those counts are Class 1 misdemeanors, and one count of reckless driving as a Class 2 misdemeanor. As to all counts, the court does find that probable cause does exist. I have appointed an attorney to represent you. Your next court date is a status conference on July 10th, followed by a preliminary hearing on July 14th, both at 8:30 in the morning, both in the downtown Superior Court. As to your release conditions, the court has noted the fact that you have no felony priors on your record. As such, I am going to be releasing you here today on your own recognizance. There are additional release conditions that apply, however. I'm not going to go over all of those with you, but I'm going to go over a few. You cannot return to the scene of the alleged crime or have any contact with the alleged victims in this matter. The rest of your release conditions are going to be provided to you in writing, along with all my orders here today. If I can have you step to your left, please. Okay. John Torres, please, to the podium, and Christopher Alvarez to the chair next to the door.
Right here?
Yes, sir. All right, sir, please give me your full name and date of birth.
John Sanchez Torres, January 9, 2001.
All right, sir, you are here as a result of a new matter stemming from the Maricopa County Superior Court. It is for allegedly two counts of aggravated DUI, one count of unlawful flight as a class, the two counts of aggravated DUI are class 4 felonies, one count of unlawful flight from a law enforcement vehicle is a class 5 felony, two counts of DUI both as class 1 misdemeanors, and one count of reckless driving as a class 2 misdemeanor. As to all of those counts, the court does find the probable cause does exist. I have appointed an attorney to represent you. Your next court date is a status conference on July 10th, followed by a preliminary hearing on July 14th, both at 8:30 in the morning, both in the downtown Superior Court. Just check. The court notes the fact that you have no prior felony convictions, although I believe there are some misdemeanor convictions. With that said, the court still deems it appropriate to release you today on your own recognizance, as long as you promise to appear on your own on July 10th. Do you so promise?
I promise.
Okay. There are some additional release conditions that apply. I'm not going to go over all of those with you here today, but they're all going to be included in the paperwork you're about to receive. If I can have you step to your left, please.
Thank you.
Christopher Alvarez to the podium, please.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning, sir. Please give me your full name and date of birth.
My full name is Christopher Alvarez, and my birth date is 03/19/2005.
Thank you very much. Sir, you are here today as a result of a bench warrant from the Maricopa County Superior Court for one count of unlawful flight from a law enforcement vehicle as a class 5 felony. I have appointed an attorney to represent you. Your next court date is a status conference on July 2nd at 8:30 in the morning in the downtown Superior Court. In looking and considering your release conditions in this matter, I mean, I am noting the fact that you have no felony priors. However, what really carried the water on this case is the fact that prosecution was reinstated on your case. However, I don't think that you had what's called actual notice of the fact that prosecution was reinstated. And as you may have heard me say to another gentleman, I don't hold people accountable for not showing up to court dates that they do not know or did not know about. With that said, I am going to be releasing you today on your own recognizance. Now you do know that prosecution has been reinstated. So my hope is that you get to your next court date on July 2nd on your own.
I promise.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. With that said, there are other release conditions that apply. I'm not going to go over those with you here today, but they're all going to be included in the paperwork you're about to receive.
Thank you, Your Honor. Have a good day.
And officers, if we could clear the gallery for the.
Is it again?
Yeah, there's.
Yeah.
Is there more?
The one that needed be called back?
And how you want this one?
Yeah.
Okay, if the court would like to recall, numbers 9 and 22, to the record, Anthony Reynolds to the podium, please. Mr. Reynolds, thank you for your patience. Apparently there were some recording issues that we had prior when I initially called your case. So out of an overabundance of caution, I'm recalling both matters. I'm just going to go through everything again. I know you may have heard everything, but the recording may not have picked it up. So with that said, give me your full name and date of birth.
Anthony DeVere Reynolds, September 20th, 1986.
All right. So you're here today as a result of two different matters. The first matter is a new matter stemming from the Maricopa County Superior Court. It is for allegedly one count of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon as a Class 3 felony, one count of disorderly conduct, and one count of threatening and intimidating. Both of those last two counts are Class 1 misdemeanors. As to all counts, the court did find probable cause to exist. I have appointed an attorney to represent you. Your next court date is a status conference on July 2nd, followed by a preliminary hearing on July 6th, both at 8:30 in the morning, both in the downtown Superior Court. Again, nothing's changed from the last time we've done. I'm just reiterating it for the record. The court has noted the fact that as to your release conditions, that you have one prior felony conviction and that you were on felony probation at the time of the offense. The fact that there are multiple victims, the fact that one of the victims suffered what is considered serious injury, the fact that the attacks were unprovoked, and the fact that the totality of the circumstances the court considers to pose a danger to the community. With that said, the court is imposing a secured appearance bond in the amount of $100,000. Should you be able to post that bond, there are additional release conditions that apply, including the installation of a electronic monitoring device, also known prior to your release, also known as an ankle bracelet, along with the fact that you are not to return to the scene of the alleged crime or have any contact with the alleged victims in this matter. The rest of your release conditions, including, I'm not going to go over with you here today. I would like to stress that you must contact your probation officer within 72 hours of your release. Each one of your release conditions is going to be provided to you in writing here momentarily. Your second matter is number 22 on the calendar. It's a probation violation matter from the Maricopa County Superior Court for a Class 6 felony. I have appointed an attorney to represent you in this matter as well. Your next court date is a probation revocation arraignment and possible disposition hearing on July 1st. July 1st at 8:30 in the morning in the downtown Superior Court. In this matter, it is alleged that you have violated Term 1 of your probation. Term 1 on everybody's probation is not to commit new offenses while on probation. The new offense allegation is the case that I just talked about previously. With that said, the court is imposing a secured appearance bond in the amount of $2,500. Again, there are other release conditions that apply should you be able to post that bond. I'm not going to go over all of those with you here today, but they all include contacting your probation officer within 72 hours of your release. All of your conditions or your release conditions in both of your matters, along with all of my orders, are going to be provided to you here momentarily in writing. If I can have you step to your left. Good. Okay. Okay. Open the door, go to that doorway on the right side and line up with that door.
Clear, Your Honor.
All right. If I can have Francisco Rosales come to the podium, please. Good morning, sir. Please give me your full name and date of birth.
Francisco Rosales, March 26, 2003.
Thank you very much. Sir, you are here today as a result of a Maricopa County Superior Court grand jury warrant. The grand jury in Maricopa County convened, and they found probable cause as to 10 counts of sexual exploitation of a minor, all 10 as Class 2 felonies. I have appointed an attorney to represent you. Your next court date is an arraignment on July 2nd at 8:30 in the morning in the downtown Superior Court. Now, the same grand jury that found probable cause as to those 10 counts also passed down a warrant that I am going to be affirming. It is a cash only, I'm sorry, not a warrant, a bond that I am going to be affirming. It is a cash only appearance bond in the amount of $250,000. Should you be able to post that bond, there are additional release conditions that apply, including not returning to the scene of the crime or having any contact with the alleged victim in this matter. You know what? I'm going to have to reprint this. In addition to all of that, you are also going to be placed on an electronic monitoring device should you be able to post that bond, also known as an ankle bracelet. The rest of your release conditions, including, I'm not going to go over with you here today, but they're all going to be included in the paperwork you're about to receive. Which is reprinting. If I can have you step to your left, and your paperwork will catch up with you. Okay. All right, there are several, I think that's it, right? No one else is in the gallery. Okay. There are several other matters still left on the calendar. They are all going to be house calls. Number 4 is my guess is that through all these 4 defendants, there's been no change. There's been no change as to their behavior. Okay. Number 4 on the calendar, Riquai Garcia was not transported today because he was exhibiting combative behavior. I will be doing a house call as to all the remaining, his matter and all the remaining matters on this calendar. Mr. Garcia, date of birth 4/6/1999, is here on the new matter. Is number 4 on the calendar is in here on the new matter stemming from the Maricopa County Superior Court. It is for allegedly 1 count of armed robbery as a Class 2 felony, 1 count of aggravated assault as a Class 3 felony, and 2 counts of misconduct involving weapons by a prohibited possessor both as Class 4 felonies. As to all counts, the court did find probable cause to exist. I have appointed an attorney to represent Mr. Garcia. I will advise him that his next court date is a status conference on July 2nd, followed by a preliminary hearing on July 6th, both at 8:30 in the morning, both in the downtown Superior Court. As to his release conditions, the court has noted that Mr. Garcia has 5 felony prior convictions, and this offense created harm and personal and injury and possible and possibly disfigured, I should say, the victim. Mr. Garcia also fled from the scene. With that, the court is inclined to oppose a secured appearance bond in the amount of $100,000. Should he be able to post that bond, I'm also inclined to order that he be outfitted with a electronic monitoring device prior to his release. The rest of his release conditions, I'm not going to go over on the record, but they will all be provided to Mr. Garcia in writing, including not returning to the scene of the alleged crime or having any contact with the alleged victim. Next matter, number 3 on the calendar is Anna Madrid, date of birth 12/14/1977. Ms. Madrid is here as a result of a justice court warrant from the Maryvale Justice Court for a Class 3 misdemeanor. I have appointed an attorney to represent her. I will advise her that her next court date is an arraignment hearing on July 1st at 8:30 in the morning. As to her release conditions, the court is inclined to impose a $250 bond along with some additional release conditions that will be provided to Ms. Madrid in writing should she be able to post that bond. Next matter on the calendar, next person on the calendar is numbers 1, 11, and 26. They are all Jermaine Grady, date of birth 6/13/1986. As to the first matter, number 1 on the calendar, Mr. Grady's here on a new matter stemming from the Maricopa County Superior Court for allegedly 1 count of drug paraphernalia as a Class 6 felony. The court did not find probable cause as to that count. However, I am still appointing an attorney to represent him. His next court date is a status conference on July 10th, followed by a preliminary hearing on July 14th, both at 8:30 in the morning, both in the downtown Superior Court. I will be advising him of all of that. As to Mr. Grady's release conditions in this matter, I am inclined to release him on his own recognizance. As to number 11, Mr. Grady's second matter on the calendar, number 11 on the calendar, it's a probation violation warrant for a Class 6 felony. I have appointed an attorney to represent Mr. Grady. His next court date is a probation revocation arraignment possible disposition hearing on July 1st at 8:30 in the morning in the downtown Superior Court. It is for a Term 1 violation. However, since I did not find probable cause as to that Term 1 violation, I'm going to be releasing, it is my inclination to release Mr. Grady on his probation matter, on his own recognizance. And finally, his third matter, number 26 on the calendar, it's also a probation violation warrant for a Class 4 felony. I have appointed an attorney to represent him in this matter as well. His next court date is a probation revocation arraignment possible disposition hearing on July 1st at 8:30 in the morning in the downtown Superior Court. Again, I am inclined to release Mr. Grady on his own recognizance for the Term 1 violation allegation against him, given the fact that I found no PC on the Term 1, the underlying Term 1 offense. I will also advise Mr. Grady that this matter is not considered dismissed. His first matter is not considered dismissed, and that he needs to go to court on his next court date. I will also advise him that there are additional release conditions that apply upon his release, including for all 3 matters, contacting his probation officer within 72 hours of his release. Finally, number 19 on the calendar, Ashraf Gadron is a date of birth 3/9/1993. Mr. Gadron is here on a new matter stemming from the Peoria Municipal Court for 1 count of assault, 1 count of disorderly conduct, and 1 count of criminal damage, all as Class 1 misdemeanors. As to all 3 counts, the court did find probable cause to exist. He is, given the nature of the offense and the jurisdiction that it is in, he is not entitled to court-appointed counsel. However, I will advise Mr. Gadron that he may retain counsel on his own if he so, private counsel on his own if he so wishes. I'll advise him that his next court date is July 14th. It's going to be an arraignment at 9 a.m. in the Peoria Municipal Court, and it is my inclination to release Mr. Gadron on his own recognizance here today, along with the fact that there are other release conditions that apply upon his release that will all be provided to him in writing. Should my inclination change as to any of these individuals after I meet with them in custody, that change will be reflected in a separate writing, as I will not go back on record on this calendar. With that, we are adjourned as to the 8 a.m. calendar. Thank you.
All right. All right. Thank you. Please be seated. Can the interpreter hear me?
Good morning, Your Honor. Ricardo Parra, Spanish word interpreter.
Ooh, boy, we have extremely bad sound on our end. We may have to reconnect this. What do you?
Is that better?
Okay, that's better. Yes, yes. It sounded like you were in a windstorm.
Yes, I have a little
All right.
fan going on the side. Sorry about that.
Oh, okay. All right. Thank you. That's funny. All righty. I'm going to go ahead and get started. It looks like we only have one Spanish speaker and he's got the headphones on. All right. This is the 11 a.m. initial appearance calendar for June 26, 2026. The court's orders for the taking of fingerprints and DNA samples made on the 2 a.m. calendar on the first of the month will also apply to these hearings. Before I call the first person, I am going to read the victim's rights advisement in the event there are any victims observing the proceedings either here at the jail or remotely. If you are the victim of a crime with a case pending before this court, you're advised that you have rights under Arizona law that include, among others, the right to be treated with fairness, respect, and dignity, to a speedy trial, to be present at all court proceedings, to choose whether or not to be interviewed by the defendant or the defendant's attorney, to be heard before the court makes a decision on release, negotiation of a plea, scheduling and sentencing, and to receive restitution from a person who is convicted of causing you loss. If you've not already been provided with a written statement of all victims' rights, please contact the Victim Services Division of the Prosecutor's Office. All right, to Mr. Cordona Cortez, will you please come to the podium? You will be first. Good morning, sir. May I have your full name and your date of birth, please?
Bueno. Sí.
What's your name, sir?
Alberto Cardona Cortés.
And your date of birth?
24 de marzo de 1982.
We can't hear
Your
the
Honor,
interpreter at all. Sorry, go ahead.
No, what happened here? I could not hear anything for a moment. If you want to restart, please.
Okay, thanks. Will you say your name and date of birth again, please?
Okay, 24 de marzo de 1982, Alberto Cardona Cortés.
No, we can't hear the interpreter again.
So sorry, Your Honor. I'm having trouble with my mic.
Okay.
Alberto Cardona Cortés.
24 de marzo de 1982.
March 24th of 1982.
Thank you. Mr. Cordona Cortez, you have been arrested on the following things. It's a warrant, excuse me. This is a warrant that was issued for your arrest by the White Tank Justice Court on October 18th of 2021. You've been charged in that court with theft, criminal damage, and selling or purchasing a used catalytic converter. Those are all Class 1 misdemeanors. Your next court date will be an arraignment hearing, Wednesday, July 1st at 8:30 in the morning. The court address will be on your paperwork. That is this coming Wednesday. Your bond is $1,500. It is secured. That means you can use a bail bond company. I've appointed a lawyer for you to help you with the bond issue next week if you are unable to post that bond. You have other conditions of release that include not going to the scene of any alleged crimes and no contact with any alleged victims. If you please step to your left, the officer will give you a complete copy of your orders. Thank you.
Gracias.
Thank you.
All right, if the interpreter could make a quick general call, I think that's everybody.
Yes, Your Honor. Buenas tardes, perdón, buen día, soy el intérprete judicial. Si necesita asistencia en español para esta audiencia, por favor levante su mano.
Okay, looks like we have no hands. Thank you very much. Have a great day.
Thank you. You as well.
Mr. Wyndham, Keith Wyndham, if you come all the way to the podium, you'll be next. And then I need Garen Smith to please go to the chair. Keith Wyndham, Mr. Wyndham. After that, it'll be Mr. Smith, Garen Smith. Right here, Mr. Wyndham at the podium. Good morning, sir. Can I have your full name and your date of birth, please?
Keith Dwayne, Wyndham, 81479.
Okay, thanks. You're here on a warrant from Pima County Superior Court. Looks like you are on probation there, and on January 7th of this year, there was a warrant issued for your arrest for probation violation. Your next court date is going to be down in the Pima County Superior Court this coming Wednesday, July 1st at 8:30 in the morning. That court has ordered that you are to be held without bond. So that is my order, and that just means the Pima County sheriffs have to come and get you.
How long before they have to come and give you before?
There's no actual deadline. Hopefully it is by that court date. If not, they tell the Pima County to bump their court date. So if you're lucky, that'll be next week. All right, if you step to your left, they'll give you a paperwork. Mr. Smith, Garen Smith, and then Adrian Alvarez, will you go to the chair? Hello, sir. Can I have your full name and your date of birth?
Garen Elton Smith, 13187.
Okay, thanks. You're here on a grand jury warrant and a new arrest. I'm going to start with the new arrest. You were booked in for allegations of unlawful flight from a law enforcement vehicle, a Class 5 felony, endangerment, 2 counts, both Class 6 felonies, and reckless driving, Class 2 misdemeanor. There is probable cause for all of those, and I am appointing a lawyer for you in that case and in the grand jury case. In number 29 on the calendar, this is a warrant that issued after you were indicted by a grand jury for unlawful flight from a law enforcement vehicle, a Class 5 felony allegedly committed on January 27th of 2026, somewhere in Mesa. But you'll get a copy of that indictment and police reports through your lawyer. You have the same next court date for both cases. It is July 2nd, this coming Thursday, July 2nd, 8:30 in the morning. It'll be a status conference in the new case from yesterday and an arraignment hearing on the indictment on the January case. So that is this coming Thursday. Then your preliminary hearing in the new case only is July 6th at 8:30 in the morning. It's the new case only because the grand jury already found probable cause in the older case. So you just need the prelim in the new case. You'll have a lawyer. You can go over all of that with your lawyer. Your bond in each case is $50,000 secured for $100,000 total. If you bond out, be sure to comply with all of your written release conditions. And you know what? I need to reprint the new one, the PF officers. I forgot there are victim crimes alleged. So I do have to order no contact with the alleged victims in the new case. All right, we're just going to get that reprinted and we'll have it sent out to you. If you step out to your left. Thank you. Adrian Alvarez. After that, Julius Melendez. Would please go to the chair.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Hello, sir. Can I have your full name and date of birth?
Adrian Juan Alvarez, August 13, 1986.
Okay, thanks. You're here on a new case. You were arrested for aggravated assault with a deadly weapon or dangerous instrument. It's a Class 3 felony. There is probable cause for it, and I am appointing a lawyer to represent you. I'm scheduling your next two court dates. The first one is this coming Thursday, July 2nd at 8:30 in the morning. Your preliminary hearing will be Monday, July 6th at 8:30 in the morning. The address for the court in downtown Phoenix will be on your paperwork. You have a $25,000 secured appearance bond and written release conditions. If you bond out, be sure to comply with those. They do include no contact with the alleged victim, no contact with the witness, and no going to the scene of the alleged crime. If you step to your left, I'll give you a copy of your paperwork. Thank you. Mr. Melendez, and then Manuel Ramirez, will please go to the chair. Hello, sir. Can I have your full name and your date of birth, please?
Luis Melendez,
Your date of birth?
04/10/96.
April 10th?
Yeah.
Okay, thanks. You're in a new case. You got arrested for aggravated assault with a deadly weapon or dangerous instrument. It's a class 3 felony, and there is probable cause for it. I am appointing a lawyer for you. Your next court date is a status conference this coming Thursday, July 2nd at 8:30 in the morning in the downtown Superior Court. Your preliminary hearing will be the following Monday, July 6th at 8:30. That court date, sorry, both court dates and the address will be on your paperwork. You have a $25,000 secured appearance bond and written release conditions that include not going to the scene of the alleged crime, no contact with the alleged victim nor any witness, no weapons. If you step to your left, they're going to give you a copy of your paperwork. Thank you. Then Mr. Ramirez, after that, Manuel Pena, will you please go to the chair? Mr. Pena, right here, Mr. Ramirez. Hello, sir. Can I have your full name and your date of birth, please?
Manuel Ramirez, 2/12/87.
Okay, thank you. You're here on a warrant from the Navajo County Superior Court, where it looks like you are on probation. Back on July 1st of last year, they issued a warrant for your arrest, alleging that you violated probation. So you're going to have a court date up in Navajo County of July 1st. That's this Wednesday at 8:30 in the morning in the Navajo County Superior Court. That address up there in Navajo County will be on your paperwork. I'm going to affirm their bond. They set a $10,000 cash bond for you. That is your bond. You have to post it to be released. Even if you post it, you have to be at all court hearings during this probation violation proceeding. So if you post bond, you need to be up in Navajo County this Wednesday at 8:30 in the morning for that hearing. If you don't post bond, the Navajo County sheriffs have to come and get you from Maricopa. Everything's on your paperwork. If you step to your left, I'll give you a copy. Thank you. Mr. Pena? And then Alexis Martinez, will you go to the chair, please? Hello, sir. Can I have your full name and your date of birth?
Manuel Monroy Pena, 4/13/93.
All right, thank you. You are here on a probation violation warrant. You're on probation for aggravated assault by domestic violence strangulation. And it looks like back on June 18th, there was a petition to revoke your probation filed. It alleges that you violated terms 1, 10, and 15. You'll get a copy of that from your lawyer. I am appointing a lawyer for you in probation court. Your next court date is going to be a revocation, arraignment, and possible disposition hearing this coming Wednesday, July 1st at 8:30 in the morning in the downtown probation court. Your bond is $5,000. It is secured. If you post it, you're going to go on an ankle monitor under the supervision of pretrial services. Categorically, no contact with the victim in your case. No weapons, no drugs, no alcohol, and everything else you need to know is going to be on your paperwork if you step to your left. Thank you. Right, Ms. Martinez, and then Thomas Bradford, will you please go to the chair? I need Alexis Martinez, please. And then Thomas Bradford to the chair, please. Good morning, ma'am. Can I have your full name and date of birth?
Alexis Martinez, 6/13/99.
Okay, thanks. You're here on a new case. You got arrested for dangerous drug possession, a class 4 felony, unlawful flight from a law enforcement vehicle, that's a class 5 felony, drug paraphernalia possession, that's a class 6 felony, and passively resisting arrest by running away, that's a class 1 misdemeanor. There is probable cause for all of those crimes, and I am appointing a lawyer to represent you. Your next court date will be a status conference this coming Thursday, July 2nd at 8:30 in the morning in the downtown Superior Court with a preliminary hearing July 6th at 8:30 in the same court. You have a $5,000 secured appearance bond and written release conditions. If you bond out, comply with all of those and don't miss your court dates. She's got your paperwork for you. Thank you. Mr. Bradford? And then Christopher Caldwell, will you go to the chair? Hi, sir. Can I have your full name and date of birth?
Thomas Dwayne Bradford Jr.
All right, thank you. Mr. Bradford, let me get back up to your case. You are here on a new case. You got arrested for organized retail theft of merchandise. It's a class 4 felony. Threatening and intimidating, that's a class 1 misdemeanor. And disorderly conduct, a class 1 misdemeanor.
He changed it. Because obviously didn't tell me it was a.
They can book you for something other than what they told you were arrested for.
Oh,
It's not
okay, so
illegal.
yeah.
All righty. You got arrested for those, or sorry, you got booked in for those things. I am appointing a lawyer to represent you. Your next court date is going to be a status conference, July 2nd at 8:30 in the morning. That's this Thursday in the downtown Superior Court. Preliminary hearing, July 6th at 8:30 in the morning. You have a $2,500 secured appearance bond and written release conditions. If you bond out, comply with all of those. Do not go to the scene of the alleged crimes. No contact with the alleged victim. No weapons, no drugs without a valid prescription. If you step to your left, you get a copy of your paperwork. Thank you.
So I go home today?
Only if you bond out. It's $2,500 to bond out. All right, Mr. Caldwell. After that, Shannon Jeanette, will you go to the chair, please? Hello, sir. Can I have your full name and your date of birth?
Christopher Ryan Caldwell, December 16, 1988.
Okay, thanks. Mr. Caldwell, you are here on 2 probation violation warrants. You're on probation in 2 different felony cases, and back on June 13th of this year, there were petitions to revoke your probation filed in both cases. They allege that you violated terms 3, 4, and 5. You'll get copies of those from your lawyer. I am appointing a lawyer to represent you in probation court. Your next court date there will be this coming Wednesday, July 1st at 8:30 in the morning. The address is on your paperwork. That's a revocation arraignment. Your bond is $500 secured in each case. That's $1,000 total. If you bond out, be sure to follow your conditions and call your PO within 24 hours because you're on intensive probation.
Wow.
If you step to your left, they'll give you your paperwork. Ms. Jeanette, Shannon Jeanette. And then James Moore, will you please go to the chair? Hello, ma'am. Can I have your full name and your date of birth?
Shannon Lee Janetti, 11/20/81.
Thank you, Ms. Janetti. You are here on 2 probation violation warrants. You are on probation in 2 different cases, and back on October 13th of last year, there were petitions to revoke your probation filed in both cases. Those allege that you violated terms 3 and 5. You'll get copies of the petitions from your lawyer, and I am appointing a lawyer to represent you. Your next court date is in the downtown probation court, July 2nd, which is this Thursday, 8:30 in the morning. That is a revocation arraignment and possible disposition hearing. The address is on your paperwork. Your bond in each case is $500 secured. That is $1,000 total. If you bond out, comply with all of your conditions and call your PO within 72 hours. She's got your paperwork.
Okay.
Mr. Moore, and then McKenna Olson, will you please go to the chair? Hello, sir. May I have your full name and date of birth, please?
07/09/1990, James Moore.
I'm sorry, can you say that again?
07/09/1990, James Earl Moore.
Okay, thank you. All right, you are here on a new case and a probation warrant. In the new case, you got arrested for dangerous drug possession, of class 4 felony. There is probable cause for it, and I am appointing a lawyer for you. In the probation case, you were already in warrant status because there was a petition to revoke your probation filed back on June 8th, so a couple weeks ago. That petition alleges that you violated terms 3 and 5 of your probation. So you also have to go to probation court. I am also appointing a lawyer for you in that case. You have let me see if it's the same. Yes, you have the same next court date for both cases. It's July 2nd, which is this Thursday at 8:30 in the morning. It's a status conference in the new case and a revocation arraignment in the probation case. So that's July 2nd at 8:30. Then in the new case only, you need a preliminary hearing. So that will be held July 6th at 8:30 in the morning. That's going to be on your paperwork. In the probation case, number 36 on the calendar, your bond is $500 secured. In the new case, because we would have released you if not for the probation case, I'm going to set what we call a placeholder bond. It's just a small bond, $50, to make sure that you're eligible for credit for time in custody and to make sure that you get transported for all your court hearings. So your total bond for the 2 cases is $550. It is secured. If you bond out, comply with all of your conditions and call your PO. If you step to your left, they'll give you paperwork. Thank you. Ms. Olson, McKenna Olson? Say it again? You do, because I can actually hear that on your, try your speaker, because I turned mine down. I'm having to do it now at the start of every hearing. It comes in with it a little bit, turned up. Just go to the three little dots. Because I think maybe your computer's doing it now too. Yeah. You said what? But up here, remember, you're the one who fixed it for me. Yeah, you're the one who fixed it for me. No, I don't hear it now. Do you? Okay. Sorry. All right. After Ms. Olson will be Annette Escalera. Ms. Olson, can I have your full name and date of birth, please?
Kenna Mae Olson, 2/14/1995.
Okay, thanks. You're here on 2 probation violation warrants. Because petitions to revoke your probation were filed in both cases back on May 13th. The petitions allege that you violated terms 3 and 5. You will get copies of those from your lawyer, and I am appointing a lawyer to represent you. Your court date is in the downtown probation court this coming Wednesday, July 1st at 8:30 in the morning. That's a revocation arraignment and possible disposition hearing, and the court address will be on your paperwork. You have a wrong person. Hold on. Yeah, you have a $250 secured appearance bond in each case. That's $500 total. If you bond out, comply with all your conditions and don't miss your court date. She's got your paperwork. Thank you. Ms. Escalera, and then Grace Gear, will you please go to the chair? Hi, ma'am. Can I have your full name and date of birth?
Annette Maria Escalera, July 19, 1991.
Okay, thank you. You're here on a probation warrant that was issued last September 30th because there was a petition to revoke your probation filed. Alleges that you violated terms 3 and 5. You'll get a copy of it from your lawyer, and I am appointing a lawyer for you. Your next court date is this Wednesday, July 1st. You got to listen, ma'am. I'm here to do a hearing. I'll let you know when you can talk. Your court date is Wednesday, July 1st at 8:30. It's a revocation arraignment and possible disposition hearing in the downtown Superior Court. And I'm planning to set a $250 secured appearance bond, which is exactly what the probation judge ordered. What did you want to say?
I was with Cass.
You're what?
I was with Cass.
That's entirely possible, ma'am, but that was 9 months ago. You weren't with Cass yesterday.
Yeah,
you haven't reported since July. You got reinstated and you disappeared. So please talk to your lawyer about whatever explanation that you may have, and the probation judge can decide what that means. But it does not mean you don't get a bond today. So go talk to your lawyer.
I was a Cass, though. I promise you, I was a Cass. They signed me off to Cass. The Cass that's right there on the, Cass is.
That might be true, ma'am, but then you never reported again to probation ever, and it's been 9 months.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I did.
There's no evidence of that. So please talk to your lawyer about establishing that. You're getting the bond today. Please step to your left.
Okay. We're getting a bond today? Okay.
Yes. All right, Ms. Gear, Grace Gear. Hi, ma'am. Can I have your full name and your date of birth?
Grace Greer, March 7, 2001.
Okay, thanks. You're here on a probation, but no, yours is probation. Okay. All right, this is a failure to appear at a revocation arraignment back on June 11th. And you already have a lawyer in this case. You're going to have a revocation arraignment and possible disposition hearing on July 1st, which is this Wednesday, 8:30 in the morning in the downtown Superior Court. You have a $250 secured appearance bond and written release conditions. If you bond out, be sure to comply with those. If you step to your left, you get a copy of that paperwork.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. Good luck. All right, then John Edwards, and after that, Brianna Minix. Will you please go to the chair? Hello, sir. Can I have your full name and your date of birth, please?
John Edwards, December 23rd, 1972.
Okay, thanks. You're in a new case. You got arrested for narcotic drug possession. It's a class 4 felony. There is probable cause for it, and I am appointing a lawyer for you. I am giving you 2 court dates. They're going to be 2 weeks out. The first one is going to be July 10th, which is Friday, July 10th, 2 weeks from today, 8:30 in the morning in the downtown Superior Court, with a preliminary hearing July 14th at 8:30 in the same court. You qualify for release to pretrial services in this case. You do have criminal history. It's not recent. And so we're going to give you a chance to come to court on your own. You got misdemeanor stuff, but
Yeah,
nothing that I'm particularly worried about. If you do not come to court,
I will be at court.
you're gonna end up with a bond. So come, I gave you a lawyer. It is July 10th, and the other one is, what did I just say?
14th.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Everything's on your paperwork. She's got that.
So I'm being released today.
Correct. Report to pretrial services. You're gonna get an envelope. Follow the instructions in the envelope after you get out. Just open it up, call the number, and they'll tell you when to check in. It's not hard. It's much easier than probation.
All right,
Good
thank
luck.
you.
All right, Ms. Minix, Brianna Minix. And then, Fernando Trejos, would you please go to the chair? Hi, ma'am. Can I have your full name and your date of birth?
Yes, it's Brianna Minix, and my date of birth is May 1st, 1992.
Okay, thanks. You're here on a new case. This is going to go out of the Peoria City Court up in Peoria.
Okay.
You've been accused of disorderly conduct. It's a class 1 misdemeanor. There is probable cause for it. I'm not appointing a lawyer for you because you don't financially qualify. You do have the right to hire a lawyer at your own expense or to just represent yourself. Your next court date is going to be July 14th, which is 2 weeks from Tuesday, July the 14th, 9 in the morning up in the Peoria City Court. And I am prepared to release you on your own recognizance, but you are getting domestic violence release conditions. What that means essentially is you're going to have to stay somewhere else while the case is pending. You can do what's called a civil standby to collect belongings, but you have to call the Peoria Police Department non-emergency line.
Okay.
Let them know you need a civil standby. They will want to see your paperwork, so don't lose your paperwork. They want to see that it's in there. Then they send an officer to go with you and keep the peace while you collect your important belongings.
Okay.
And then you have to stay somewhere else, bring proof of wherever you're staying to your next court date. That could be a note from a friend. Bring the friend, just something that establishes you're not staying there. Don't contact the alleged victim. Don't respond to contact from her.
Okay.
No weapons, no drugs, no alcohol. I try to tell people, try to remember this is for now. It's not forever. And it's very important to show you can comply with release conditions. It looks like you did take a misdemeanor criminal damage DV conviction in 2025. So it's not your first rodeo, but I assume you know how to comply with court orders.
Yeah.
Keep your nose clean while the case is pending. All right, everything's on your paperwork. Step to your left.
Thank you.
Mr. Trejos? And then, officers, were you okay with me doing the two at the same time? The one?
Yeah, okay.
Okay, thank you. All right, where's Mr. Trejos? Hi, sir, can I have your full name and your date of birth?
My name is Fernando Trejos, 73006.
Okay, thanks. You're here on a warrant from El Centro Justice Court. This is in your reckless driving and criminal speeding case. Reckless driving is a class 2 misdemeanor, criminal speeding is a class 3. And this is a failure to appear warrant. It issued February 20th. The failure to appear was February 10th. So I'm going to give you a court date of July 16th. That is almost 3 weeks from now, the 16th of July, 9:30 in the morning. And I'm going to release you. Here's why. These are misdemeanors. Looking at the case records, it looks like you've appeared at least twice, and these are misdemeanors. But I don't know what you've been doing the last 4 months, thinking this magically went away. It didn't. I'm going to let you go to court again. I'm giving you some credit for going a couple of times. You're very young, and I don't think you need to be locked up. I think you just need to do better at keeping track of your stuff. But I am giving you credit for going twice. Also, these are misdemeanors. You may literally never spend another night in jail on these, even if you're convicted, so long as you don't miss any court date.
Okay.
So hopefully last night was an ugly surprise and you don't want it to happen again.
Very good.
Just go, okay? If I see that I gave you July 16th, and then we come back and we'll see it right on there. If I see any of our names, there's a limited number of people who do this. I'm giving you a bond because it means you're not paying attention. There's also a phone number on the paperwork. If you run into any trouble getting there, call before the warrant goes out. Call before the 16th and say, please, please, please. They'll usually give you at least one bump in these lower cases. It's up to them, but you got to call.
Okay.
Right. Everything's on your paperwork. Okay.
Thank you so much.
Good luck, sir. All right. And so if we don't have those folks, do we have them? Murphy and Ladua? Not yet? Okay. Then I'll go ahead and do Mr. Bennett. Where's Brian Bennett? Or are you going to bring him in separately? He was the guy.
Oh, yeah, they're bringing him up.
Oh, fine. Okay,
Yeah.
okay. I'm trying to think, what can I get done here? We could do house calls, talk house call records. Okay, so I've got, number 15, Robert Moorhead. My notes indicate, he was isolated by the sheriff's office for being combative with staff. Is that correct, officer?
Ma'am, sorry.
So we've got Robert Moorhead, isolated for being combative with staff.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and number 16 is the John Doe who's been unpredictable and won't identify himself, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And then I've got number 19, Thomas Price. I don't have a note on him. Did he get isolated as a potential risk to himself or others? Oh, disruptive in court waiting? Okay, thank you. And then Robert Jones is number 6. I've got non-acute suicide watch. Does that remain true?
Yes, ma'am.
And then Leopoldo Sanchez is 3, 4, and 5. I don't have any note for him. How? Not following orders? Okay. All right. So I will see all of them in-house for their initial appearances immediately after this recording. All right, but now, right now I'm going to do, did we get Lauda and Murphy? Who do we have? Okay. So who's Mr. Murphy? Hi, Mr. Murphy. Okay, and then where's Ms. Lauda? She's over there. Okay, so stay right where you are, Mr. Murphy. This is what I want to do, okay? I'm thinking, the reason I do this, you guys got separated so you wouldn't have any altercations back there. I have cases like yours where I might consider letting you guys have contact if you both wanted it. But if you don't, I'm not going to do it. If one of you is like, I don't want contact, then we're not doing it this way. So before I bring you in, what I want to know, I'm going to ask you first, ma'am. Would you be, this is like thumbs up or thumbs down. Thumbs up, do you want me to allow him to have contact with you? Because you're the victim in his case. You want, okay, sir, same question for you. Do you want me to allow her to have contact with you or no? Up to you. Okay. Now, do you guys think you can maintain your composure in court if I have you stand about 6 feet away from each other? Yes? Okay. Officer, are you okay with that? All right, let's have you both come in. Yeah, just you know, the microphone can pick you up if you just stand on either side of the podium, please. Obviously, if you were to get into an altercation in court, it would be audio and video recorded, and it would be in no one's best interest. Okay, so I want to do this together because I want to make orders that I think will keep the peace and keep people safe. I don't do this unless what you're accused of is not of a huge concern. Like if there was some very concerning behavior, I wouldn't even be doing this. But I know you guys appear to have what I like to call a pile of children. And if I do keep away orders, you're going to have a bad problem, and so are the kids. And I hope that's enough to get you guys to focus on what's important, which is not having one of you end up ordered to have no contact, or vice versa. Or could be both. So let me start with you, sir. What's your full name and date of birth?
Temple Murphy, 10/18/01.
And what's your full name and date of birth, ma'am?
Valerie Lottawa, 12/20/01.
Okay, thank you. All right, Ms. Lottawa, you got arrested for, I think they did this for both of you. They did multiple counts alleging disorderly conduct as class 1 misdemeanors, like one for each person whose peace you were alleged to have disturbed. That's one way you can view the charging, but I view it as one alleged incident of disorderly conduct. So I'm going to find probable cause for each of you on one allegation of disorderly conduct, no probable cause for the other 8. So I am not appointing a lawyer for each of you right now because I'm planning to release you, depending on how this hearing goes. I'm planning to release you, and the city court wants to make its own decision on appointment of indigent counsel, which means for people who can't afford it. And it's my understanding they frequently base that decision on whether or not the state is asking for jail time. So if at some point in the case, the state notifies the Peoria judge, hey, we want to ask for jail time on that person, they will give you a lawyer if you can't afford one. In the meantime, you always have the right to hire a lawyer at your own expense or to just go and represent yourself. You're both going to have the same next court date. It is July 14th, 9 in the morning up in the Peoria City Court, and the address will be on your paperwork. So what I usually do in these cases where I'm thinking about this is I set up the orders, one each way, and then I figure out what I'm going to do. But what I'm prepared to do is order that each of you So, ma'am, you're the victim in his case, and sir, you're the victim in her case. So I would be alleging that you just can't have any uninvited contact. That means both of you need to be consenting to have contact with one another throughout the case. If everything's good and then a week from now you have a big fight and one of you calls the cops, this entire situation is going to repeat itself. The way I read this reads a lot like the cops just walked into basically a yelling, shouting, free for all, and they grabbed you both and booked you. That I think that they probably were like, you know what, we're not even, because that's what it sounds like. That is absolutely going to repeat itself if you guys can't keep your temper and keep control while this happens. And then definitely somebody is getting ordered to not stay there while the case is pending. And then you've got childcare problems, the kids have problems. So what I need to have is an idea that you can keep your cool for a few weeks and go to court and not fight with each other. Mr. Murphy, do you think you can do that? Awesome. Ma'am, do you think you can do that? Okay. So I'm going to order this no uninvited contact stuff. I got to fix his because I usually set up one each way so that I can do cutting and pasting. So it's going to say, let me make sure, right. So it's Ladua. Okay. So both of you, no weapons, no drugs, no alcohol. Alcohol just drives domestic violence. And I call it bad judgment juice. And I know from experience, I'm not making a moral judgment. It causes no end of domestic violence problems. So do guns. No weapons. No drugs without a valid prescription. Stay sober, stay calm. Think of your kids and think of DCS getting called if this happens again. Obey any order of protection that might be served on you. Of course, people who start getting competing orders of protection end up in a very similar mess. So I try to tell people, wouldn't it be better to learn to work out your own problems instead of having the government get involved in your business? So both of you are innocent until proven guilty, but the orders I have to make are ones that I hope people will comply with and that will keep the peace. So if you get uninvited, then you're in a big pickle because who just got uninvited? Honestly, it's just going to turn into another mess. And if I know cops, they're going to say, you know what, you're both getting arrested. So don't be too eager to call the cops and go, I disinvited her from living here and she won't leave. And then she says, I disinvited him from living here. You know, they're going to arrest you both. So those are going to be my orders. Let's all cross our fingers. Please keep your eye on the ball. Another thing we do at this job is sign removal orders for kids statewide. DCS has to come to the judges in this building for the entire state. We sign all of them. And I read them over and over and over. Repeat domestic violence can get your kids removed, at least for a window of time. Please keep your eye on what is important. I'm not you, but 99% chance what is most important are those kids. So focus on that, not on anger between one another or resentment or you caused this, this is your fault, blah, blah, blah. Just focus on we want to keep parenting the kids and keep the kids safe and happy. All righty. Good luck to you, ma'am. Your paperwork's done, sir. You got to sit down. I got to change yours over, and then that will be my order. Okay. Don't miss court dates. Thank you. Yeah, I just got to reprint his. I like to have one of each version in case it goes badly. Okay, he's good to go. All right, and we have Mr. Bennett. Hi, Mr. Bennett. You want to go ahead and come in? Hi, sir. Can I have your full name and your date of birth?
898.
What's your full name?
Brian Bennett, 898.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Bennett. All right, you were arrested for aggravated assault. That's a class 3 felony. I am going to appoint a lawyer for you. Do you know what a lawyer is?
No.
Okay, a lawyer is a person whose job it is to help you understand what is happening and to help you make decisions about your case. You're going to have a case now because you've been accused of a crime. Do you understand that you've been accused of doing something wrong? So I'm going to give you a person to help you. That's a lawyer. And you will meet them next week. That's going to be, I'm going to schedule 2 more court hearings. This is a court hearing. Do you know what a courtroom is? Do you know what a judge is?
Yes.
Okay. So you're gonna start having more court hearings for this case. And so you'll meet the lawyer, the person who's gonna help you next week. The first court hearing will be a status conference July 2nd. That is this Thursday. You will go back to a different courtroom and a different judge. They'll be wearing the black robe, but it'll be a different person. And you're going to talk about your case. That's where the lawyer will be there to help you. Then your preliminary hearing will be July 6th at 8:30. I'm going to do what is called setting a bond. And it means it's a money amount that has to be deposited before you can be released. If you aren't able to deposit the money, you may have to stay in the jail until at least your next court hearing. So you know you're in jail right now, right?
Yes.
Okay. And so that's to keep everybody safe. So if you're not able to pay the money, it's $75,000 secured. Then you have to stay in the jail, not this building. You'll be taken somewhere, I think, that is a little more comfortable. You're not going to stay here, but the jail has many buildings. So I think you're going to go to one that is more comfortable. If you do deposit the money or somebody deposits it for you and you are released, you can't live where the victim lives, the person that you are alleged to have hurt. You can't live where he lives. You're going to have to stay somewhere else. But maybe, do you have a guardian? Do you have a guardian, parent, or someone that helps you?
No.
You probably do. You just might not know who it is. A guardian or a case manager. Somebody will help you find another place to stay. Okay, don't possess any weapons. No weapons, no knives, no guns. You can't have anything like that right now, okay? No alcohol. You can take your doctor's prescriptions, but you can't take any illegal drugs. Everything's going to be on your paperwork. We're going to give you some paperwork. Then they're going to probably take you back where you were. Somebody's going to come chat with you to try to figure out where they're going to have you stay while you're in the jail. And then, so it's going to be slow, but hopefully a few hours from now, they'll be moving you to a different building and it should be more comfortable. Do you think he's going to go to LBJ? Probably. Well, it's hard to say. Okay. I don't know if they have a special. Okay. So yeah, you have to be, somebody has to come chat with you about where the best place is for you to go right now. So just try to be patient. And do what the officers tell you, but you'll be back in a different courtroom, in a different judge next week, okay?
Okay.
Do you have any questions for me?
No.
All right, sir, thank you for your patience. If
You're welcome.
Over here, they'll give you your paperwork. Okay. Mr. Brown, where's Amandre Brown? And then, do I have an extra person? I think you're an extra person. What's your name, sir, in the white shirt? Okay, you stay right there. Yeah, you're not extra. All right, Mr. Brown? Can I have your full name and date of birth, please?
Madre Brown, 11/6/98.
All right, thank you. You're on 2 fugitive warrants from different states. Let's start with number 33 on the calendar. This is from St. Clair County, Illinois. This is a failure to appear warrant in a case in which you appear to have been charged with a felony that they list as resisting an officer. And so this warrant was issued October 31st of last year, 2025, out of the Circuit Court of the 20th Judicial Circuit in St. Clair County, Illinois. And they say that they want you back. They want to extradite you. The other one is from Missouri, St. Louis County, Missouri. It's for failure to appear in a case in which you've been charged with 2 counts of forgery, Class D felonies. This warrant was issued, hang on, because it's like reading other places' paperwork. I don't know where to look. The warrant was issued
Yeah, I wouldn't know.
August 28th of 2025. All right, so what you have in Arizona is extradition rights. They're different.
Yeah,
I didn't, Mr. Brown, have you been through extradition before? Okay, then, yes or no?
No, not at all. I want to actually speak with my attorney about that. And
Okay, Mr. Brown, I need to tell you a bunch of stuff. So you need to listen. Unless you're about to tell me you've been through it before and you understand your rights, I'm legally obligated to tell you your rights. Did you get a card before court, a laminated card?
no, I don't know where. I think they showed me one, but yeah.
And you didn't read it?
No, I ain't
Okay,
read it.
I'm gonna do this the short,
But
easy way, and then I'm gonna let you keep your rights, okay? Mr. Brown, you got arrested on these 2 warrants. You have 4 basic rights under Arizona law. The first one is the right to have an extradition hearing within 90 days after today. The second is the right to insist that a governor's warrant be signed by the sitting governors of each state before you could be returned to that state on that state's warrant. The third right is the right to hire a lawyer at your own expense. Everybody always has that right. You do not have the right to the assistance of a lawyer in a civil extradition proceeding. Everyone has a constitutional right to a lawyer in a criminal case, but these are not criminal cases. These are civil extradition cases. The criminal cases are happening in Illinois and Missouri. So I am not appointing a lawyer for you. You have the right to hire a lawyer or to represent yourself. Lastly, under Arizona law, you do have the right to bail. One of these, I think it was Illinois, they issued it as a no bond warrant, but under Arizona law, unless you've already been convicted, so it's probation or parole warrant, you are entitled to bail. So I'm going to set bail in the amount of $10,000 cash only per case and give you a court date in extradition court. You can read the card and talk to, there's a public defender generally assigned to extradition court. She's not your lawyer though, unless the extradition judge chooses to do that. You can talk to her about it, but you must have read the card because if you wanted to waive extradition, that's what you would be signing. I do not have time today to give you a second chance to do that. So July 6th at 1:30 in the afternoon will be your court hearing. That is a week from Monday, 1:30 p.m. If you bond out, you must come to all of your Arizona court dates. You may not leave the state of Arizona without the extradition judge's advance permission. If you miss any Arizona court dates in your extradition case, we will keep your bond money. You will not get the $20,000 back, and we will issue Arizona warrants for your arrest on top of the existing Illinois and Missouri.
Can I get that?
You'll have an extradition hearing between 90 days.
Can I get that out?
You're going to get a full copy of all of your extradition rights and everything that I just told you. If you go ahead and step out to your left, we're going to send that out for you. Thank you. Okay, I signed him. All right. So then I did make a record, probably 15 minutes ago now on this recording about why each of these people is a house call, but now I'm just going to say the house call stuff. And then, okay, thanks. So, John Doe, number 16 on the calendar, I'm going to go see him and try to explain to him how it is essentially futile to try to prevent identification and see if he wants to allow himself to be identified. If he does, great. We'll run his stuff and move him to the 2 p.m. calendar. If he doesn't, we will go ahead and move him to the 2 p.m. calendar so that he can go get a second talking to about that. But I do find probable cause for his offenses. They are shoplifting with a device intended to facilitate it as a Class 4 felony, and obstruction by refusal to provide a true name. That's a Class 2 misdemeanor. There is probable cause for those. So, so I'm going to go see him. If I can make that work, if I can understand who he is, then if I set bail in his case, he'll have a status conference July 2nd at 8:30 in the morning and a preliminary hearing July 6th at 8:30 in the morning. If I were to release him, his court dates would be a status conference July 10th at 8:30, preliminary hearing July 14th at 8:30. But the court's unable to make that decision until we know who he is and we can run his criminal history. And he'll get standard release conditions not to go to the scene of the alleged crime, et cetera. But so Mr. Doe, unless he's very likely going to the 2 p.m. calendar, but I am going to go talk to him and attempt to persuade him that it's in his own self-interest to go ahead and allow himself to be identified. All right, then, all right, and you were Mr. Morris? Okay, go ahead and come in, sir. All right, sir. We good? Okay, thanks. Can I have your full name and date of birth, please?
Martin Morris, 11/23/86.
All right, thank you, Mr. Morris. You're here on two things. One is a new case. One's a warrant from the Tolleson City Court. I'm just going to start with the Tolleson City Court warrant because that is not the main reason we're here. Looks like you had a failure to pay warrant out of Tolleson. It was issued November 5th, 2025 on a criminal damage conviction. So your next court date is going to be in Tolleson on July 13th, which is 2 weeks from Monday. July 13th, 8:30 in the morning. That address is on your paperwork. And the other case is far more serious. So in this one, I'm just going to set what's called a placeholder bond. It's $50 secured. It's just there to make you eligible for credit for time in custody if Tolleson wants to give you some, and to make sure that the sheriffs will take you to that court for your court date. So don't post it unless you're sure you're going to get out on everything. Now, the main reason you're here is that you got arrested on a new allegation of child sex trafficking. That's a Class 2 felony. There is probable cause for it, and I am appointing a lawyer to represent you. Your next court date is going to be a status conference July 2nd, which is this Thursday at 8:30 in the morning in the downtown Superior Court. Preliminary hearing July 6th at 8:30 in the same court. Now, as you can go over with your lawyer, the Arizona legislature recently, within the last couple of years, has considerably toughened and broadened the penalties and the definitions of child sex trafficking. It may be far broader than you think, and the punishment is far more. I guarantee it's far more than you think. They have substantially increased the punishment. So I'm going to let you talk to your lawyer about that, but there is probable cause for this, and certainly I advise defendants who could be faced with very significant jail time to not talk to anybody but their lawyer about the case, because it can be held against you. As currently alleged, you face a 20-year presumptive sentence, as currently alleged. And so, and even including some of the things they allege, you said yourself. So anyway, talk to your lawyer about that. That the court believes that that indicates a significant flight risk. You also have 3 prior felonies. Also, anybody who is in any way profiting from or involved in the prostitution of a person under 18 is dangerous in the community. And that's, then the legislature really, really doesn't like it. So I understand you would undoubtedly deny those allegations. Yes, I do. But there is definitely probable cause for it. They allege that they continue to look for evidence in the case, but even on this evidence, if they had more evidence, I would be setting a higher bond. But for the reasons I just gave, which includes a lengthy mandatory prison sentence, I'm setting bail, and let me check the county attorney's recommendation. Yeah, it happens to be the same. I'm setting bail in the amount of $50,000. It is cash only. If they had more evidence, Mr. Morris, it would be $100 cash. So you need to talk to your lawyer about this. Absolutely no contact with that alleged victim. I'm ordering no contact with any minors. It looks like you have some children of your own, but research does indicate that people who traffic in children, in sex trafficking of children, they can and have trafficked their own children. So you're not to have contact with anyone under the age of 18. No weapons. You are a prohibited possessor. No alcohol. No driving. That's all going to be in your paperwork. And you have to go on an ankle monitor by law because you're accused of a child sex crime. So I know you have a question. I just want to remind you, you have the right to remain silent about what you've been accused of. And even admitting that you've ever met this person could be used against you. The simplest things can get used against people. And many people say foolish things in this courtroom trying to get a better bond. They're foolish because it's stuff that can get them convicted. So I tell people it's bad math to try to talk me into a better bond by saying things about your case that could be used to put you in prison for 20 years. So do you understand the warning I just gave you about your Fifth Amendment rights?
Totally do.
Okay, what did you want to say about bail or release condition?
I don't have anything to say.
Okay, all right, so I did give you a lawyer. You're gonna see your lawyer by your next court hearing. You typically don't see them before then. So that's July 2nd at 8:30 in the morning. It's a status conference. It is all on your paperwork. If you step to your left, I'll give you a copy. Thank you. All right, so I left off with Robert Moorhead, just making my house call records. They are peppered backwards on this calendar, about 20 minutes. Let's start, let's see, Norman Moorhead, 8/30/85. He's in a new case. I'll let him know he got booked in for evidence tampering, a class 6 felony. I found probable cause, not by much, but I did. I am appointing a lawyer for him and giving him a status conference July 10 at 8:30 in the morning in the downtown Superior Court. The preliminary hearing July 14th at 8:30, same court. And I'm inclined to release him to pretrial services. With written release conditions, I'll go over with him. I do want to talk to him. I'm not excited that he got isolated for being combative. About his prospects for complying with release conditions. Thomas Lee Douglas Price, warrant 7471, here in a justice court warrant. It's in a threatening, intimidating, disorderly conduct case. Those are class 1 misdemeanors. It looks like this warrant came out of an unserved summons. So I'm not appointing a lawyer for him, but I'll let him know he can hire one. His arraignment hearing will be July 14th at 1:30 in the West McDowell Justice Court, and I'm planning to release him on his own recognizance with no victim contact orders. Robert Dustin Jones Jr. is here on 2 cases. One is a new case. One is okay. The county attorney didn't provide anything to. Can you, do you have a number for the county attorney?
I believe it.
Dawn, yeah. Will you just message her real quick and tell her, ask her if she can jump into Teams? I just want her to say where she got that, because pretrial couldn't find public access records. I should have asked you guys to try. You're probably better at it. Pretrial, I wasn't gonna hold him no bond in number 6, Mr. Jones, because pretrial had a note saying they could not see. I mean, it says Navajo County hold FTA, but pretrial said no. Let me try to look up public access really, really fast. Yeah, I have an 11:15 Teams meeting that I'm trying to. No, it's the guy. What's his name? Jones. Yeah, Jones number 7. So I just want her to say what basis what she looked at. Yeah. I can't find it. Yeah, I just want her to evaluate what she looked at. Okay, thank you. Okay. What's his first name? Robert? Is it? Robert, okay. All right, I'm just gonna look, anything in Navajo for him.
I didn't see anything on it.
No, I just looked at public access too. Let's see, here's Robert E, and he's Robert D. No, she listed an IA date in her recommendation. She said IA February 24, but I just want to know, what is her source for that? Like, where'd she get that? Is that reliable? Hello, thank you for coming. Please, take your position. So this guy went to house call, so we are still on the record. So will you just say your name for the record?
Brooke Gaunt on behalf of the state.
Thank you. And so pretrial had said that they couldn't get public access records for Robert Jones Jr. I just tried, and on your recommendation, I just noticed you wrote I-8 on 2/24. So I just wanted you to come in and avow to where did you get that, please?
Thank you, Your Honor. I spoke with a representative from the Navajo County Attorney's Office this morning, and he was able to find a minute entry or order that confirmed that he did have an appearance and receive release conditions. In fact, I think a bond was imposed and he posted that bond, and he provided me the date that occurred as February 24th, 2026.
Thank you. I'm just gonna make a note in here about that. So just FYI, if you ever run into that again, can you plan, I just think plan to come to court and avow, because at this point you're saying, as an officer of the court, here's what I got, and I'm fine with that kind of avowal. I just want it to be preserved.
Yes, and I apologize. I should have thought of that ahead of time.
No worries. I'm going to say MCAO avowed in court that the DCA spoke to Navajo County prosecutor at this date who was able to, let's say it colloquially, to look up a minute entry order showing defendant, had an IA hearing in CR number 7 on the same docket on 2/2/24, right?
Mm-hmm.
2/24/26. Okay, because I just like to have it real clear, especially if I'm gonna, take away somebody's right to bail.
Yeah.
So, okay, so.
And just to note on the record, that warrant itself actually says it's a failure to appear warrant. So I know whether, what does that actually mean, but.
You know what'll happen, and even our court will do it. They will send out a summons, send out a couple summonses, and then the court says, well, we can't find him, let's order a warrant. But then the clerk will issue it as an FTA.
Okay.
And it's like, but it's not really.
Yeah.
Or an FTA on a written promise to appear, which I don't believe qualifies under the law. So, or I definitely think that would be an overbroad application of the law. So, in any event, thank you. This works, and you got to add it to the evidence you're hearing.
Yes.
Oh, thank you. Okay, it should have. I just re-signed it. It didn't say. Okay, I'm going to retype everything.
Okay.
Counsel, thank you.
Okay.
You may be excused. I really appreciate you popping in. I have to completely redo everything I just did. Because, of course, the greater hurry that I'm in. Okay. I have no idea why they didn't say, but it's happened to me more and more. Very upsetting. Okay. Okay, now it works. Okay, all right, so I'll let Mr. Jones know that he got booked in for a unlawful flight, a class 5 felony, DUI, a class 1 misdemeanor here in Maricopa County. I did find probable cause for both of those. I am appointing a lawyer for him. Status conference is going to be July 2nd at 8:30 in the morning. His bail eligibility hearing is going to be July 2nd at 1:30 in the afternoon, because I do find he was on pretrial release in the Navajo County case at the time. And his preliminary hearing in the new Maricopa case is July 6th at 8:30 in the morning. Then number 7 on the calendar is a warrant in that Navajo County Superior Court case, and it is for failing to appear for charges of possessing dangerous drugs for sale, a class 2 felony, drug paraphernalia, class 6 felony, and 2 counts of shoplifting, class 1 misdemeanors. This warrant was issued April 15th of 2026, and I'm affirming their $70,000 secured appearance bond with written release conditions. Leopoldo Sanchez is here on 3 things: 2 warrants and a new arrest. The 2 warrants, he's born 5/1/2000, and they are for failure to avert revocation arraignment, He already has a lawyer in both of his probation cases. I'm going to give him the same court date, July 1 at 8:30 in the morning in the downtown probation court. It's my inclination to set a $1,000 security appearance bond in numbers 3 and 5 on the calendar. Those are his two probation cases with written conditions I will go over with him. Number 4, he got booked in for drug paraphernalia, possession of Class 6 felony. I did not find probable cause. I am appointing a lawyer for him and giving him a status conference July 10 at 8:30 in the morning and a preliminary hearing July 14th at 8:30 in the morning. But he is otherwise released in number 4 only. If anything changes after I conduct these initial appearances in-house, I will supplement, my final order will reflect the court's ultimate decision. The court is not going to be updating the recording in those matters. All right, with that, we're going to stand in recess until 2 p.m.